for being British. Go.
Hello and welcome to another brand new episode of The Qualified. I'm Jedi Johnson 22, joined as always by the great Dom Tober, the whole damn show, the always steady Styx boy, feeling itchy, Bad to the Bone, Bruce Fur of Kingdom of the Nerds, and the creator, joesduelin. What's going on, fellas?
You love that wonderful production quality you get for free.
There you go. What's up, guys?
You get what you pay for. It's a well-oiled machine.
Well, what do you want? We're filming this in the back of a truck. The hell you want?
You're filming in the back of a truck. I'm at a Motel 6.
We're always moving. We're always moving. That way they can never track us.
There you go.
I'm running from apparently there was an earthquake here. There's a couple of well wishes in the chat. Appreciate that. I swear to God, I must have slept through it. Not the first time I've slept through an earthquake, by the way.
Hey, Jedi, you sure you fought? You sure that wasn't a little fart or something going on? A rumbling?
There's one there and one in Malibu today too, I believe.
That wouldn't be the first time either. So,
Man.
So no, we're all well here. I don't know. First I heard about it is when Joe mentioned it. I don't know if Joe, somebody mentioned it, and then a couple of guys in the chat have mentioned it. I slept through it. Apparently, I took a nap. Probably slept through it. I also slept through the. I remember a couple of years ago there was the mistaken incoming missile warning.
Incoming missile warning.
I slept through that too. So I don't know. Sleeping my life away, I guess, here on the islands. Who knows?
But I remember having an earthquake here one time, and they said, "Damn, everything was shaking." I was sleeping. I was like out cold. I woke up.
I had one here, and on the East Coast, the lower magnitudes are felt differently than the higher magnitudes out on the West. So we had like a 3.0, and I was in the condo at the time, and the wall on the TV just started doing this. And I was like, what the hell's going on? And I realized what was happening. It was the weirdest. It's one of the weirdest experiences. Crazy shit.
All right. So if you haven't already noticed the banner scrolling at the bottom of your screen, we are going to be doing a giveaway. Not tonight. I'll explain the rules here in a bit, but go ahead and throw your hashtag Super Bowl in the chat for a opportunity. Actually, don't do it yet because I forgot to open the thing. So don't do it yet.
We'll get it in there. So
my goodness, you guys entertain.
We're gonna do a little giveaway. There will be a bigger winner and a smaller winner, but who's the big winner and who's the small winner will be determined, if you haven't guessed it now, by the Super Bowl. So We will explain a little more a little bit later.
I'll give a little
All
hint.
right.
The winner's going to be Taylor Swift.
There you go.
Yeah.
Swifties. It's gonna be a Swifty.
Okay.
Win.
Now it's running. We got 2 entries in the chat so far, it looks like. So get your hashtag Super Bowl. We'll remind you a couple times throughout the show until we actually do the drawings. We're actually, I'll give a quick rundown, and then again, like I said, we'll do it a couple times throughout the show, so people tuning in late or whatever. We're going to have 2 drawings, or 2 spins, or whatever it's called. We're going to do the winner of the first drawing is going to be assigned the AFC Kansas City Chiefs. And then we're going to do another drawing, and that person will be assigned the NFC champions 49ers. And then stay tuned to the Super Bowl this weekend, and the winner of the Super Bowl, if you have the winner of the Super Bowl, then you are the winner of our grand prize, when I'll reveal that a little bit later. Okay. Was that clear as mud?
No.
Yeah, it's good enough. It's fun.
Good enough.
Somebody
Keeps people thinking. And gives some anticipation. If you're not a huge football fan, or you don't give a shit about the Chiefs or the 49ers,
well,
maybe you're a football fan.
I'm hoping a Chiefs fan actually gets selected to be with the 49ers. That way there's some confidence there. I like drama.
Drama.
Maybe that'll just hedge their bets for them.
I like violence.
All right, so,
Fight it out. Fight it out.
Dom likes roughhousing violence.
But,
What are we doing first? Joe, are we going to
let's-
do pickups or say hello to the chat?
Let's say hello to the chat, and then we'll do the outside looking in, and then run some pickups.
All right, there we go.
there we go.
All right. Well, I think maybe this might be the second week in a row that GT Comics has not come out on top. Somebody check on him. He's here.
He's here.
Ed LeBeau, hope all's well with
Yeah, edged him
Jedi.
out.
There's an earthquake somewhere near you. Yeah, again, I slept through it. I'll have to catch it on the news, I guess. Hopefully everybody's okay. GT coming in second and third. What's going on, GT? Glad you're here. Ed, again, felt good to be. Yeah, 2 weeks, I think. And let's see, the boss is here if he's not watching reruns of wrestling. Pierre Kelly, let's rock it. Let's do it. BK, hide your valuables. BK, the Dom and his old friend show. All right, BK putting us in our place like only BK can. Happy birthday, Styx. Every week is birthday. Yeah. Bri J, what up, Dom? Man, you can give the rest of us some love out there. It's not just
It's all right.
fun.
Thank you. I feel
We know who the star is. We give deference.
Cosmic hashtag Bob Marley Bowl. I think there might be a hidden meaning in there, possibly. Retrell, what's up, everybody? What's up, Retrell? Hope you are doing well. Crimson Terra, I like that name. Hashtag Super Bowl. Thanks for joining in with the contest. Spider Guy Murph is also playing. We've got 13 entries so far. A lot of people.
Hey.
D. Malloy and Joshua. Thanks for joining us, Joshua. Tiger Fett. Some new names in here for me. Blue Collar Dan. Some great names in here, actually. I like them. Teal Tallison. Welcome. Thanks for watching. Frankie Gonzalez. And rounding out, we'll throw GT in there again, just because he wasn't quite fast enough. Got to be quicker than that. All right, there we go, guys.
Damn, Styx, man. You're like 3D pixel, man. You're like in and out, slow motion.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna switch over to my phone.
8-bit
Dial up.
Alrighty.
Sticks.
Alrighty. It's time for the outside looking.
All right, welcome to the outside looking in. Books that weren't quite good enough to make the top 10, but they're good enough for us. First up, we have Ultimate Black Panther #1, the 1 in 10, selling between $25 and $30, 40 plus sales. As you saw earlier, there are 2 Ultimate Black Panthers on the list top 10, and having 3 would have just been way too much. But it's selling well.
This one, yeah, but it's still underperforming the other ones, which is following kind of that pattern of the ratios aren't really running away with things on these Ultimate books. It's been, these design variants, they like to do them.
Design variants.
The old graph paper design variants. But the ratios themselves for the Ultimate books, not great. I mean, for Ultimate Spider-Man for a while, you could get it under $10 when the A cover was selling for $40, $50, $60.
I think this is pretty good considering that it's selling for double and triple ratio for design variant.
Yeah, I mean, it's 1 in 10. I mean, but it's an extremely popular book that's moving everywhere. I mean,
the damn book was selling for $30, $40 already off the bat before it even came out.
Yeah,
which is ridiculous.
No, this is a cool. I don't know. You guys what do you guys call it? I always
design variant.
Schematic covers, whatever. So, yeah, this is like the like Bruce first saying, 2 of them on the Hot 10. This one's kind of like the consolation runner-up, bridesmaid of the 3. So, I don't know. It's probably there. A lot of completionists out there want them all. So it's a cool cover as far as these design covers go. It's not overly done where they tried to like be too fancy. It's just kind of, I think it hits the mark as far as the design covers go.
This is like the Sabay of comic covers.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I want to see what happens when the Ultimate X-Men comes out, because that'll have the heat on it when it comes out, and what that does to this book. I think Ultimate Spider-Man will always probably be the most popular one anyway. Spider-Man.
Can I ask you a quick question? Did anybody see the covers to the Ultimate X-Men already?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Is it me or Storm? Are we going to get some controversy because Storm is not African American?
It's May Storm. It's a different character.
That's Mayday.
Mayday?
Mayday.
Oh, okay,
Mayday.
I'm sorry. Look, I seen it. I seen it. I
Storm.
was like this. When I seen the cover, I was like, wait a minute. They're definitely not going the route.
Yeah.
But they changed. Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's a new character.
I just saw it. I thought it was.
Yeah, it's a new character.
Okay.
Yep.
Should call him Mayday Storm.
Is it Mayday Spider?
Yes, Peter's daughter in Ultimate.
Okay.
No, alternate reality, whichever freaking universe it is.
Yeah, I heard that Rob Liefeld's gonna be drawing the covers. Okay, there you go.
Stop. Just stop. Let Liefeld retire from drawing forever.
Remember, he's not retiring. He's just said he's going to retire from drawing.
Deadpool.
He's
He
stepping
should
back.
retire just altogether.
So, yeah, we're not rid of him.
Except for
Well,
drawing Cap for AOA.
Big chest.
But it was weird. I went on a little my usual Wednesday LCS roundabout, and one store didn't get any copies. Another store had all of them allocated for their regulars, and another store had 4 copies, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a weird day. I think everybody was just holding them for eBay.
Do you think? All right, so you think this book is going to be worth more than the Spider-Man down the road?
No.
I doubt it. I don't know. It might not. It might be a not so distant second because Black Panther is popular, but I don't know if he's Spider-Man.
I could see the A cover going up to $50 maybe, but that Black Spider-Man cover is going to hover around $90 to $100.
Spider-Man is the Cadillac of Marvel books.
Yeah.
It always has been. It's always been the big seller. It's always been the one that generates volume time after time after time. So that Spider-Man will hold up. Well, who knows how this will hold up? Who knows how the X-Men one will turn out when that comes out? So
yeah,
I don't know.
We'll take a look at this in a few weeks and see how all of these titles are doing.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see if this holds these numbers or goes up a little bit more next week. That would be very interesting. If it starts to sag a little bit, then
So if I come across this cover, I'll pick it up. If I do
Yeah,
that.
because they announced that second printing even before
Yeah.
they
Oh, yeah.
new comic book day hit.
They've been announcing second prints really fast for a lot of books.
Too fast, yeah, too
within
fast.
Marvel.
Too fast.
Yeah. So
It's Marvel.
what do we got next?
Next up, Amazing Spider-Man 210 selling between $40 and $85, 30 plus sales this week. And this is because of
Valentine's Day.
Madam Web is
It's here
coming out
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day for
Get your
all
Valentine's
you
Day tickets.
lovebirds.
Yeah,
I got my tickets. I'm going.
I don't got my tickets.
You're going on Valentine's Day?
My wife doesn't want to go, so we'll have to go someplace else. We'll go see another movie. She don't want to see that.
Tell her it's a chick flick.
The Madam Web movie. You don't want to go see it on Valentine's Day. So.
I don't know.
Going in.
We may go. Me and my son may go see it next weekend. But
It's an all-female cast.
It's an all female.
It's like a romantic comedy.
this cover, though, can we? This cover, if I can just make the observation, I never know what to make of this cover when I see it. I see so many things when I look at this cover.
I used to think the seat was her butt.
Yeah,
Oh.
like that's her like Venom sack or whatever, or she's sitting in a beanbag chair,
But it's
sitting
just
on some guy's balls. I don't know what's going on in this cover.
Oh,
Yes.
jeez.
A lot going on
It is
here
a
for
horrible
me.
cover, but
Yes.
Madam Web, it's just the oddest character to have traction. But who knows? Like we'll see what Don Johnson's daughter can do with it.
Next up, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers: The Return #1, the 1 in 50. 2 copies sold for $60 and 1 sold for $180 with a total of 3 sales. That 180 put this on this list. That one outlier.
I forgot to look. Is this a Frizen cover? It kind of looks like one. Is
Yes.
it?
Yeah.
Oh, son of a bitch.
There was a black and white 1 in
It said
100
son of a bitch.
as well, I believe.
And a foil.
Yeah.
Frizen
one
covers,
of
for
which
one
was an
thing,
exclusive.
There are like
Foil.
me, there are a lot of Frizen collectors out there, and her incentives usually hold up pretty well over time. So this has me actually a little bit, or I saw it and I forgot to look, but I immediately said that looks like Frizen. And I'm like, a 1 in 50, I will probably not be getting this unless I get lucky and stumble across one for cheap. Because
What was the book that had the zombie in the cover when it was a black and white cover?
That was
Green Ranger?
that was the Baron's that was the regular Power Rangers
Cover.
cover.
That was a badass cover. I like that cover.
Yeah, he did zombie fight covers for all the Rangers. And
my kids grew up watching the Rangers, so I grew up kind of watching it peripherally, with them. And wow, Ranger covers are really popular. I know Frizen has another Comics, I think it might be a Con exclusive foil and stuff that's really popular. Kirkham just released a really hot, I say just, it's probably been a month or so ago. I think it's the Red Ranger. Kirkham released I think it was an exclusive, but a lot of love for the Rangers.
Yeah,
Still.
a few weeks ago on one of the Now and Laters, I had one of the Kickstarters, the Pink Ranger Kickstarter, that they have on there as well, which is a set of books.
People love the
And this
covers,
is-
just like any other cover, like the big fans out there for the covers. So
Is this written by Amy Jo Johnson, or was that?
I don't know whether she's involved in it, but it's definitely her character that they're focusing on in this. But like I said, I don't know. It's an IP that's kind of out of pocket for me. It's just the timing of my youth and the age of my children don't align with Power Rangers. So it's never
Power
an IP
Rangers is
that
a
I'm
very
drawn to.
popular IP.
Oh yeah.
And one thing I will say about this 1 in 50, not a lot of shops are going to be ordering 50 copies of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Yeah, so I'm reading. Pete gives us little cliff notes for some of these. It says written by the original Pink Ranger. So I guess that's Amy Jo
Yes,
Johnson.
that is her.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've been
and
getting,
wasn't she in Felicity too? She was in Felicity, wasn't she? She
I don't know. We've been getting a lot of actors writing series and stuff recently that have been coming in. and starting to write more. So it's interesting. It's nice crossover.
Bry, I have no idea. Somebody else help Bry out with this question. I think wasn't the leader the Black Ranger? Or am I wrong on that?
I don't know.
Well, it depends on what iteration of Power Rangers talking about. The first Power Ranger was the Red Ranger.
And the Red Ranger was the one that did murder. That he murdered somebody, and that's why disgraced the original Red Ranger.
Yeah, not to offend anybody, but it always just felt like a cheap ripoff of Ultron.
Oh yeah, it felt like Ultraman, kind of, one of those. And I think that was just the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Too, so.
Yeah. But Prison,
still
doing the Prison.
Yeah.
There's always good demand
all in the eyes.
Work. Yeah. All right, what's up next?
Next up, we got DC's How to Lose a Guy Gardner in 10 Days. Number 1, the 1 in 25, selling around $35 and only a handful of sales. I love this cover. I really do.
How to Lose a Guy Gardner? What does that mean?
You're getting like 10 or so sales that
Guy
are
Gardner, the Green Lantern,
that are above ratio. All the listings for the most part are above ratio. It's a fun little ratio that I don't think people were thinking about. So I don't know how many stores were really going heavy on this.
Yeah, it's a collection of romance stories.
Yeah,
that's all it is. Between different.
That's why Barbara has a handful of dick on the cover.
Grayson, that is.
There you go.
Bruce for an old softie. He appreciates a good romance novel, good romance story.
I do. Long as it turns out that they all get killed at the end by a zombie or vampire, or just a ship just sinking or something. That's my romance for me. Horror.
I think it's a cool cover for
Zombie Titanic. That's what Bruce for wants.
Yes. Sharknado versus vampire. That's what I want.
I mean, you have Batgirl collectors, you have Nightwing collectors, so it's
perfect for your comic collecting partner on Valentine's Day. This cover is, I think.
Perfect. Next up, we have Winona Earp, number 1, selling between $5 to $8. A handful of sales because of the announced that Tubi is doing a special of the TV show.
90-minute special.
Yes. So if you were a fan of the sci-fi TV show,
all new footage.
Yes, the Canadian.
Yeah. It's all
sci-fi.
Yeah, all new content, all new, just 90-minute special. So
I enjoyed those sci-fi network shows. That and
good.
Ben Helsing.
I go back a little farther. Farscape, I think, was one of the best shows.
The comic her was it the movie cover comic, the live action cover. Those books are worth a lot.
Yeah, those books sell pretty good.
Yeah. So it's made this move a little bit. Maybe it'll rekindle. Maybe the 90 minutes will rekindle enough that somebody will pick it up, and one of the major streamers will run it up. So
I'm sure that's probably the hope.
This cover has everything. I love it.
Girls with guns.
Has the two things that are important to me, right in the middle of it.
Guns, fire.
Somebody put some cold water on him.
Guns.
But if you're unfamiliar with the story, she's the great granddaughter of Wider. And taking on the resurrected or reincarnated people that went against her great grandpappy
with a magical gun.
Yep. So it's fun. And it's fun Western horror type series. So
yeah.
I just saw Frankie's comment.
Yeah, I was laughing. But if you enjoyed the outside looking in, please head over to CBSI.com and check out Pete's full write-up on all these books and more.
Excellent.
Yay. All right. Can we take a quick towel? I'll throw in another plug. We got 14 in the game so far. enter hashtag Super Bowl in the chat. We're going to be drawing 2 lucky participants that are going to participate in our Super Bowl giveaway. The first winner is going to be assigned the Chiefs for the AFC. The second winner is going to be assigned the Niners for the NFC. The winner of that game, if you have them as your assigned team, you're going to win a slab. This is the slab that I currently have picked out to give away to the grand prize. It is a 9/8 of Dark Ages #1. So that's what I have currently. May throw some extras in there too, but this is the cornerstone of it. And if you come out on the losing end, no worries. We're going to take care of you. I think.
Yep. I will put
Joe's
together
throw some consolation prizes at you.
Yeah, I'm not going to show you. It's going to be a mystery box. It's going to be a Joe mystery box of stuff.
You know what you're getting
for the loser.
Sticky Page comics.
It'll be good stuff. It'll be good stuff.
Sticky pages.
There'll be plenty of good stuff in there. That's not sticky pages.
Maybe just one sticky page.
Be quality comic reading, I guarantee. So,
are we going to do pickups or hop right?
Yeah, let's do some pickups. Jedi, you want to roll first?
Yeah, I will go through these really quick. Got a couple of orders come in from a comic book store I ordered. They were doing a special where they were giving away, if you ordered so much, they threw in some nice foil books for free. So I'll just throw these out real quick. Foil, Bruce.
Oh, nice.
Foil.
Oh, I need that one. Thank you.
Another foil. You need these Styx? Oh, you're lucky because I think I got 2 of each one of these.
Ooh.
Another foil.
Yeah, X-Men.
You foiled me again.
I only got one of these, so I'll probably keep in the.
That's nice Takayama.
David.
X-Men. What's that? X-Men Red. Nick.
If you say so, I don't know. I think that was another freebie they threw in. They just sent me one of those though. I got some Frizzen.
There you go.
Oops, another Frizzen because they like to throw different colors at you.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is that a Grim? That's Grim.
Got some
Looks like Grim.
Zerdy Vampy.
Nice.
Oh, yay.
That was nice.
Another Zerdy Vampy with a different color.
Those are some pointy vampies.
I told you, pointy nips.
Another Vampy. I don't remember who did this one though. Another Vampy. More David.
Oh, nice rug.
Yep, here it is.
Nice hips.
Another David. These are all freebies they threw in. I think this is from like their holiday. They were doing some sort of holiday thing where you ordered so much. And then I got another one of those. Some Gwen. Oops, let me get my big paw out of the way.
The spot foil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bruce. Another one of those.
Jeepers.
Finally got my 2 Norts in.
Nice.
There you go.
Are those the foil ones?
Are those the foil ones?
No, these are
The regular.
Yeah,
these are the 1 in 25, I think, or 1 in.
The foil wasn't Nord, was it? It was just that cover on Wonder Woman. Wasn't that cover on Wonder Woman?
And then
What was that, Joe?
Was the foil a Nord's when he did that, or did it end up being the most recent Wonder Woman and he just put that cover on it as exclusive?
Correct. It was the most recent.
Yeah.
Here's a foil Tyler Kirkham.
Ooh.
These are all freebies. That's right. Like I said, this is some sort of.
Jedi has ordered that I do.
No, these are all freebies because like I said, I think I ordered if you ordered over $100 worth of stuff, they threw in a bunch of clearing out their warehouse, I'm sure. But anyway, that's all I got. A lot of those freebies will. I guess a couple of them are going Styx way, but.
Yeah, Styx.
All right, who's up?
I'll go.
You want to go?
Yeah, why not? I'll start out with some Funko Pops.
Funko
Yeah,
Pop.
you're getting more
Funko Pops. I saw it. I had to pick them up. This is a gift for someone. 602. Sylveon.
Pokemon.
Yep.
That's not for me.
Pokemon. It is.
And June, the Swan from Gatchaman, or Battle of the
Yay.
Planets, that is known here.
Or G-Force.
Or G-Force.
Yeah. I got the whole set.
Nice. My first I picked up a few things this week. Mosaic, number 1. This is from a claim sale.
Mosaic.
It's Mosaic.
Maestro, Scotty Young.
Ooh, that's a good pickup.
That's nice.
Is this the one you
War
wanted,
and
Styx?
Pax.
Yeah, that's the one I would bet on. They gave it to you.
All right, I'll give it to you.
Man, it is Styx's birthday.
Shazam,
Happy birthday,
number 4.
Styx.
Nice. I love the.
This is like
Hey,
this is like a
anything
great
with-
cover.
Yeah, it is.
Phantom Stranger, number 1. Little news.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
What is this? A Superman comic. I don't see the number right here. Superman, Whitman variant.
There you go.
Mm. Yellow dress.
61 maybe?
Quick
X Factor
question.
10.
Where's the-
What?
Good
Yeah.
question. The Whitman variants for DC are like the Mark Jewelers for the Marvel, right?
No, not
Wait,
really.
DC has Mark Jewelers.
They do
Yeah,
too,
DC
right?
is
Mark?
working.
Yeah.
Okay. So the Whitmans are like the Marvel Whitmans. Like Whitmans too.
Yeah.
Because, okay.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
DC ones, they aren't second printings or later printings. They came out around the same time, but they were sent to
Yeah.
Woolworth and
Okay.
all these department stores.
Yeah. They were bagged into 3
Yeah.
packs. and-
Packs.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So they were the publisher did them at the same time. Different.
Now let me ask you a question: do you take them out of the bag, or you leave them in the bag to put them in sleeves and boards?
Never leave them in the bag. Never.
Yeah,
Okay.
poly bags.
Really?
Poly bags are just pure hell. They're will destroy a bag.
That is the age-old debate question right there. I have some old Star Wars stuff that's still in the
Every
poly bag.
time I see a poly bag comic, I take it right out. There's no need to keep them in bags.
Mhm.
X Factor
I'm-
number 10, little anniversary.
Oh,
Nice.
what is that? Like,
Hmm?
the color on it like extra poppy.
Yeah, it's very poppy.
What's the
Yeah.
top? Is it stick? What's up there?
It says key
Amazing.
issue.
Oh, key issue. Oh.
Issue.
Yeah.
Key
See, like,
issue.
The guy
Worst
that does
X-Men. That's
the guy that
that's
does
what it should
the
say.
claim self likes to put little stickers on his
Yeah.
phone.
Oh, okay.
That sticker really should say worst X-Men. That's
He's the best Summers brother.
I guarantee.
He's the
MCU is
worst
gonna make
Summers
him a
brother.
badass. The MCU is going to make him.
What
a
the
badass.
hell? Give those. I think he's talking to me. I think Bryce talking to me.
He's looking at me. Ultimate Black Panther number 1.
He got one of the grails.
I pre-ordered on FOC. I have a bunch
Oh.
coming.
Well,
I didn't
Boss
care.
Logic Ultimate.
The
rub
Boss
it in our
Logic
face.
cover was the best.
Boss
That
Logic
was the
was
best
nice.
cover by far.
Yeah.
Then I have another Black Panther. I think this is the B cover.
It's a C cover, I
Ah,
think.
cover.
man spreading.
The one that got left behind.
Little
Love it when a
Batman.
superhero man spreads for us.
Batman
There you go.
142.
Instead of the superhero landing, the superhero man.
Joker year 1. Let's go.
The
A
Joker's
little Moon
origin
Man.
told again.
Number 1.
Kid
Moon
Cody.
Man.
Moon Man.
Okay.
There's some really good covers. There's a really cool Sanford Green
Yeah.
cover for Moon Man. Which
Is that
great.
that 1 in 100?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, I love that one. I'm still reading The Devil That Wears My Face. Number 4.
Ooh. You're
A
still
little,
reading it. How many issues in are you?
It's only 4.
Okay. That's still pretty good.
Summon. A little Poison Ivy. Foil. Spot foil, actually.
Hey. See a little
Pretty cool.
transition in the lighting there. Very nice.
It's a nice spot foil.
The One Hand.
Go. Nice.
What's up, Jacob? What's
Thundercats.
going on?
Oh.
was
I
a
just get the one
Thundercats
cover
week.
of Thundercats.
Man, you're lucky to
is
get those Thundercats. Those
This is my
Thundercats,
favorite cover.
There are only
They didn't print
7,000.
very many of those.
I know.
The Matea cover is the best.
Well, which of the
And-
72 covers did you choose?
Number 3,
Yeah, those things are
the
rare.
trees where nobody sees.
Nice.
That's where Dom likes to. Never mind.
Oh, jeez. And that's it for my pickups for the week.
There's no trees in New York City.
What are you talking about over there? Well, come here and I'll beat you with a tree.
All
Beat
right.
you with a trunk.
Who else got giveaways? Sticks, you got anything? Dom?
Nothing for me this week. Next week,
I got
I'll
some
have
stuff. I got some stuff. Of course I do.
All righty.
Are they pre-opened?
Well, first things first. I was
And
able to
ruin
get-
the anticipation?
I know, right? First things first, I got these 2 covers, Chrome covers, Cobra Commander.
Nice. It's a fun
I
series.
forgot where I got them from. Variants, of course. I showed this last week, but I guess it's a new show. But I was able to pick this up. Chris Owen Art, go on Instagram. He does some really cool artwork. I got this sketch cover, and
Oh wow, that's pretty cool.
these
That's
two,
original art.
yeah, these 2 sketch cards
That's nice.
of Django and Boba.
Nice.
You know, they're like tops kind of card. Congratulations. I was able to get this 9/8 EM Geist, the Virgin cover. Finally get this back in my
Ooh.
collection.
It's a good Boba.
Yellow
It's a good
label.
Boba cover.
Yep, got that.
Gifts has a good signature too. I appreciate
like
a good
it.
signature.
Yeah.
He does a good job. So I got these today. I got these two books today. I got this Age of Rebellion,
Nice.
9/8 Boba Fett. Another Age Rebellion, Boba Fett. Then they came with these comics. The books, the guy gave me these extra comics that came in here.
Yeah, there's a New Mutants one in there.
Yeah, so all right. True Believer Miniature,
True
Yeah.
believer.
Dead Kings, and then here's the one DC book, Lucifer. And
DC.
I was able to get so
Bruce, we don't want your DC scraps. Get out of here.
Where'd you get
Top
that at a
had
yard
these
sale?
up. What happened?
Where'd you get that at a yard sale?
No, they came with the 2 9/8 guy. The guy put the extra books in there.
Let's make it a joke.
So
It's like no.
San Diego had the promo cards for the Star Wars promo, and they had. So I was able to get the Great Gem 10 2018 promo. This card alone, they sell the whole set for about $300 almost, but this card alone is the most. I got for $40 this card.
And in the words of Billy Mays, Jim Minton.
Gem 10. And then last but not least, I got one more thing that I opened. And due to 40th anniversary of Transformers in September, I was able to get the remade Soundwave 40th anniversary Transformers. And
Nice.
I still want one day get the original for my collection.
Don't try to play a tape in it, Dom. I know you.
Yeah, hey, listen, I know, but this is badass. This is the way shit used to be, man. Back in the day when life was simpler. Yeah,
go.
so I was able to get that really
Nice.
cool. You know, the
Sweet.
tracking card. I like that. But
Is that the same artwork on the cover, or is that new artwork?
yeah, it's the same artwork. It's just brightened up a little bit to look
It
newer,
looks
I
a
guess.
little different. So I
A
just,
little bit. And
couldn't
the back is the same. You know, they
Yeah,
might have changed the
that,
back. I don't know what the
The box
It's
probably
hard
weighs
to-
about half as much as the original.
yeah. But actually, you know what? Okay, it looks smaller than the original. To be honest with you, the tape deck, it looks a little smaller, and it's lighter too.
I have them somewhere around here
That's my
in my
pickup.
warehouse.
All righty.
Nice.
I have very, very little today. 'Cause all my
Hey,
stuff is coming
Hector
next week.
Keys. I don't know if our little pulling gadget is case sensitive or not, but I want to make sure you actually get your entry counted. So you might want to go all lowercase on that one. But yeah, I wish the Lions were in it. I agree with you.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah. I only have 3 books this week. I got Wolverine and Duke.
Huh.
1 and 2. These are Darwin Cook covers. So I pick up Darwin Cook stuff whenever
You like his covers,
possible.
right? Like good covers.
Yeah, and he's not with us anymore, so he ain't making any more. And Domino Hot Shot 125 is out there.
Okay, nice.
I'll pick up cheap ratio whenever I get my hands on cheap ratio. So especially if it's a character I like. So that's all I ended up having this week. So
Joe's got
No Penthouse.
That's next week.
and all of mine are pre-ordered from Things from Another World, which means I'll get it like 2 weeks after it actually comes out. But yeah, I ordered up pretty much all the covers and multiple copies. And I think 2 is just ended FOC for Penthouse 2, which also has some fantastic covers on it. So lots of good art. Today's pinup is brought to you by George Petty, the greatest pinup artist of 40s and 50s. I love George Petty. Sorry.
I'm going to say the ballerina shoes are a little bit of a turnoff for me.
I take it. George Petty did probably more. If you pick up an old Esquire magazine from the 50s, calendars, stuff like that, Petty did so much work.
Excuse me, Joe. I'm sorry. Ballerinas will be in phenomenal shape, but when you see their toes, you ever saw the movie Boomerang? When the girl was in bed with Eddie Murphy, those type of toes you get with ballerinas.
Yeah,
I remember the.
I'm looking at other things. I'm looking at other things that are pointing up.
I know.
Joe just tells them to keep their socks on. That's all it is.
All righty. For Comic Now and Later this week. So coming out this week, Conan 7, the Jessica Fong C cover. She's the one that's been doing the A covers on Poison Ivy recently. So it's a nice cover. Nice little change of pace. Conan, still a great story to read. If you haven't been picking it up, it's very readable and very enjoyable. Second on my list, Wonderland Child of Madness 3, a nice Igor Lomov cover. I'll always take the striped stockings any day. So for you mushroom fans, you got mushrooms on the cover. For your stocking fans, you got the stockings. It's just a good cover all around. Lomov always puts together a nice cover. And this series, I don't know why this series is slow under the radar. It's a fantastic series, Bloodrick from Image Comics.
You've had didn't you pick one of these covers before?
I pick them constantly because I'm gonna keep pushing this because the comic itself is amazing. It's
Bri does not.
I will say that I do not like this cover at all.
He doesn't like that. Bri don't like it either.
It is probably the most metal comic you can read. Take Conan, make it more visceral with far less words, and this is what you get. It is good.
Are you sure?
I'm gonna keep recommending it. No, this is number 3. I've showed number 2
because I remember I've showed
number 1 as well.
We were making fun of Conan or whoever the hell this is. Like it looks like he's like greasing his dolphin in this one. And I think I remember
we might have had it out looking into the future, but it's out this week. So like I said, it's you're not getting too many stores ordering it. There's only one cover on these as well, but it is a fantastic read. So and going
in that comic.
Oh yeah, going into the future. Army of Darkness Forever 7, Sitem cover. Sitem covers are always fun. This is a fun one with Ash and the Bikini Girls with skull faces. So it's a fun series. Army of Darkness fans out there love it. You're getting a new Red Sonja series, Empire of the Damned, and you're getting a Middleton cover for all you Middleton fans. It's always nice when he does a Sony cover. There's not that many of them. So there'll be the whatever price point you like of this. If you like Middleton, you can get the cheap trade dress for, if you order pre-FOC for under $3.
It's
Or
a good cover. I like that one.
Yeah.
I like that one.
or
What do you think, Bri? What do you think, Bri? What do you think about that?
a little better. And then
Brian likes
Killtown. Yeah,
Killtown's cool. I immediately zoomed in on that Killtown cover. That's a cool cover.
yeah, it's a really great cover. I believe it's done by Todd Skull, who it's I think this Scout Comics has the lipstick clickers and the a couple of the other series like that. I think they're trying to build out a universe out of that.
What's up with the X's on her knees, man? What does that mean? What's going on there?
I don't know. I kind of dig it though.
She's straight edge on her knees.
I thought that's something going on there, and Joe knows what it is. He just ain't sharing. I think.
But Scouts had some really good books that have been coming out, and Scout stuff always gets tossed in option news all the time. I think because the guy that runs it used to be a network executive or film executive. But like I said, I know the Lipstick Clickers title had gotten some option news a while back. I believe this is in the same universe. So I don't know. Either way, it's just a badass cover. So I would.
You're right, Cohiba. I think you got it. I think that's what it is.
No, I don't know. It was a nice cover. So the B cover on it, this is the B cover. The A cover also isn't half bad, but this one was definitely the winner. Want to draw the first one, Jedi?
Yeah, we can. We got 20 entries. So again, before I actually do the first drawing, I'll go over it again. This first drawing is going to be for the AFC slot. If your name is selected, if you haven't entered yet, throw in hashtag Super Bowl in the chat. The first entry is for the AFC champion Chiefs. If your name is pulled and you are assigned the Chiefs, and if the Chiefs win the Super Bowl, you will win our grand prize, which includes a slab and some extras. So we are doing the Chiefs right now. Let me remember how to share a screen here because my camera is in the way. I haven't done this in a while.
It has been a while.
All right, so we've got 20 in the entries, and we'll go in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ronnie and Rascal Super Dog, you are assigned the Chiefs. Congratulations, Ronnie.
Just reach out to me or Jedi with your details, and then based on how it turns out.
Yeah, I mean, you can do it now, or you can wait and do it because we'll announce the winner next week. Also, so.
All right, we'll hold on to the next. We want to hold on for the next one for a little bit.
Yeah, we'll let. We'll see if some more folks want to jump in. Yeah, and I think you can still throw your hashtag in there, and or we can do it right now. Whatever you guys want to do. We got 41 viewers. We can do it now if you want.
Yeah, why not?
Up to you.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do it.
Run both.
We got 41 viewers. All right, we're going to draw again. This is for the NFC 49ers. If you are assigned the 49ers and they win the Super Bowl, you win the grand prize.
Ronnie, you cannot win twice.
Both teams.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Ronnie can't win twice.
Nope.
Crimson Terror 85. I like that name.
Nice name.
Hopefully Ronnie is a Niners fan and Crimson Terror is a Chiefs fan. That just creates drama, and I love drama. So congratulations, Crimson Terror 85. You won't know who to root for during the game. It's going to be great.
Crimson still here?
I'm not sure if Crimson is still here or not. Hopefully, Crimson, if you're here, throw us a thumbs up or let us know in the chat because we want you to know that you are in the contest.
Yes.
We'll give you a minute or so to confirm.
In the meanwhile, we can go on with the next next segment if you want, and hopefully,
To
redraw both.
Oh, we love you, Zachy. So will Swift give the Super Bowl a bump? I know the Super Bowl always does exceptionally well.
Hey, Crimson's here. Congratulations, Crimson.
Yeah.
Hope you're a Niners fan, or actually, I hope you're a Chiefs fan.
So there was some news out this week that the Super Bowl is getting some advertisers for demographics that they haven't gotten in the past or haven't gotten for quite a long time. And a lot of people are paying attention to football that never paid attention to football before. So do you think this is going to be a very profitable Super Bowl more so than the past for the NFL?
You know, it's crazy. Crazy you say that people in the past, people who dropped the NFL because of all the stuff that's been going on are coming back because this is their meal ticket to make money.
I don't think they actually stopped watching football.
No, not necessarily stop watching football. I think, but advertisers that took away their, be in the NFL because of all the political stuff that was going on in the NFL. Shame on them that they're trying to come back to capitalize off of.
I didn't know advertisers left.
Oh yeah,
I don't think the Super Bowl was ever worried about losing money.
Oh.
I mean,
No, they're not.
No.
They're definitely not going to lose money in any way, shape, or form.
I don't think any advertisers ever left, Dom.
They did, but
some
like,
people
when
did
one
leave.
drops-
Some people, advertisers and people. A lot of people dropped out, like fans. No more. A lot of fans dropped out of the NFL too as well. Because I know a lot of people who are big fans and they're no longer fans of the NFL. They couldn't care less.
because their team.
I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people that get upset with the NFL as well for whatever the issue, whether it's a social issue or, of course, with Taylor, there's a political angle to it too. But just about everybody that I've ever known that says I'm done with the NFL has come back to the NFL.
The next week.
They might boycott for a week, a month, whatever.
Mm.
They come back. It's America's #1 sport. It is ours, and people are going to come back to it. I mean, it's just the way it is. I'm more concerned. You know what interests me is, the whole thing with Taylor and the camera going to the Taylor up in the stands. Okay, I think somebody did a count or something because there's a big deal about.
It was like 30 seconds.
It's like I was gonna say it was like 3 minutes or something if you tally it all together. Maybe you're right. Maybe it's less. But it's like, who cares? They always pan to when a player does something well. They always pan to the girlfriend. They always pan to the parents. In this case, Kelsey has a famous girlfriend, so okay, I'm okay with it. My big thing is, I don't know if you've been keeping up with this, but Taylor has a concert in Tokyo on Saturday night, which I believe Saturday night Tokyo
Tonight,
time.
right now. It's right now.
So,
Well,
and there's a big deal. Will she make it back in time? I think she will. I don't know if this was a joke or not. I saw on one news channel that NORAD is going to be tracking her plane like they do Santa on Christmas Eve or whatever. That's funny. I think that's funny. If they actually do that, that'll be funny.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Did you see his last girlfriend? His other girlfriend that he dumped because of Taylor Swift? He was much hotter than Taylor Swift. But Taylor Swift has money. Taylor Swift has money that makes it even hotter. So money makes somebody hotter. So
I venture to say money would make me hotter too. So I mean, it's just
you don't need money, Jedi. You don't need money.
Thank you.
Get this goddamn ticker off. Get this ticker off, Jedi. I can't get it off.
Oh, wait a minute. Why can't you get it off? I thought you were.
I don't know. It won't go away. There we go.
It's gone now, right?
Yeah, it's gone now. There we go.
Okay.
All righty.
All right, I'm fine with Taylor Swift at the Super Bowl. I think it's
I'm
cool.
fine too.
Whatever. I don't. Well, I'm just fine with it regardless.
Kahibo's right.
Jeez.
It's been done before. Madonna and Canseco, J-Lo and A-Rod. It's not like it's new.
I know.
No, it's not.
How dare you?
Although Canseco is, come on. I don't know what Madonna and Canseco was.
Oh, listen, Madonna was with
The man could pitch.
Dennis
You know.
Rodman.
Taylor Swift has saved the theaters. She saved music. Now she's going to save the NFL.
NFL doesn't need saving, but they
Maybe save
like
the
to roll
MCU.
around in more money. So
Well, they're gonna have some strange people who are Swifties that are definitely gonna be watching it because of her. So
Well,
Yep.
Depends if they watch it. That's more advertising revenue for everyone.
I know.
Well, I think
Wow.
maybe one of the topics that I perceive is you're looking at different companies advertising are looking to advertise during the Super Bowl that wouldn't normally advertise during the Super Bowl because normally the audience is not necessarily their demographic, whereas obviously Taylor's demographic is younger, female. I don't know exactly what her demographic is, but it ain't old farts like me. So you might see some different companies that maybe you haven't seen before.
I think the ratio of male to female of her fans is 54% female and 46% male.
Okay.
yeah,
But they're all younger,
I
right?
don't,
We're
I don't
talking like
believe that.
Well,
millennial
they're all Josh's age. Josh
I'll
International.
tell you what, I
Comics.
don't really care about the Super Bowl. I'll be working. I'm more of the movie, the trailers and the commercials. Couldn't care less about the Super Bowl. I don't care. Deadpool and Wolverine trailer. That's what I want to see. I don't care.
I can't.
Godzilla.
I mean,
King Kong. Want to see that? I don't care about this.
it's hard to watch a Super Bowl because what should be a 3.5 hour game ends up being stretched out into like 6 hours of
My Cowboys are not there. I
two
don't give two
plays.
shits.
And
I just want the
Well,
halftime
there's-
show.
The
15
pre-show
minutes
and
of
the pre-show.
Usher. Let's go.
Usher, the big thing now, not the big thing. The big thing's going to be Taylor all the way through, other than the game. Usher, who is Usher going to have? Because Usher does a lot of what do you call it when he has when he has people co-sing with him or whatever.
Justin Bieber?
I know Alicia Keys.
I think he's going to have a lot of special guests during the halftime show, so that'll be kind of.
Gwen Stefani.
halftime shows are awful.
I heard
Always.
Britney Spears may make a show, may make an appearance.
Oh God.
No,
Some knives.
Britney's done with music.
Swinging the knives.
Yeah,
GT Key Comics. I don't know.
I don't know.
Don't
Like I
know.
said, I lost a lot of interest in the NFL once they did away with chop blocks.
Dear Lord.
Moana 2, instead of what was originally going to go out on Disney Plus, is coming to the big screen. I just enjoyed this quote that was out of the article that Disney's strategy is no longer about spending a lot of streaming content, spending a lot on streaming content in hopes of attracting Disney Plus subscribers. So Disney's going to start pivoting to where they're making money. And if streaming ain't doing it for them, wouldn't hold your breath for a lot of high dollar projects from there. If high dollar projects are bringing in money for them, then maybe. But at least in the meantime, I think you're going to see a pivot for some of the bigger names of things back to theaters where they can make a little more money off of it than they would just releasing it straight to streaming.
It's funny. When they announced the Moana live action, people complain, "Where's our Moana 2? Where's our Moana 2?" And now they're doing it. Why it's got to go to theaters? Why can't it go to streaming?
Well, I mean, of course, everyone wants streaming because it's free.
Mhm.
Well,
Right.
I mean, if you're already paying for streaming, then you're not paying additional monies for something. So, of course, but Disney that's why they give you live actions of animated things, because they like money, and movies make money for the most part, especially things like this, where it can run in the theater for a prolonged period of time and just continue to draw in cash. So.
Well,
Yeah, all of them. Cohiba's noting that Disney's cracking down. We were talking about that last week. That a lot of the streamers are because their churn rate is grotesque in terms of the amount of subscribers they lose on a regular basis. So they have to stem the loss and force people in.
I don't mind that they're doing that, because you shouldn't be able to pay for a service and people that live half a country away freaking share your passwords for all your streaming service. It's ridiculous. You live in the same country,
if they put quality stuff, if they put the money they put in movies on the streaming services to make quality shows, they would have had a lot more people.
That's not true.
I mean, all of
quality shows.
Not all of them are quality. You can count them on one hand. If you really,
you don't watch anything. How do you know if it's quality or not?
I watched everything from the fucking beginning when the shit started.
Right. I mean, all of this, like I said, all of the streaming services, because we talked about churn rate last week. All of the streaming services lose anywhere from about 40% all the way up to almost 70% of subscribers in any given year. So some of those people leave and they come back. Some of those people never come back. So they constantly have to keep making up those losses with new subscribers. And that's every single service that's out there.
Web is not part of Disney. It's not part of MCU. It's a Sony movie. So that's why Disney's not putting anything out for it, because it's a Sony movie.
Yep.
That's true.
So,
I think Disney still holds the toy licenses for these characters.
They need Spider-Man. They want to go back to what they're doing. They need Spider-Man in their arsenal. That's the only character that really generates the money, and Sony has it. And all the shit
thank you very much, Dom. That is a perfect transition.
Yep.
Iger came out and said the Marvel Studios is starting to focus on some of its stronger franchises moving forward, and he'll leave it at that. So,
which means absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what does that mean?
It means
it does and it doesn't. It means don't expect us to fuck about with stuff that's
garbage,
not going to make us money.
Like Ant-Man, like the Marvel.
Ant-Man was a funny movie. All right,
it was funny,
Quantumania was funny as hell.
It didn't make the money that it has to. Like the
Quantumania was an awful fucking movie.
What? It was
I liked the first
thing.
The first Ant-Man movie was fine.
I'm sorry, but
Quantumania was a piece of
shit. The original Avengers is what generates money. Sam Wilson doesn't generate money. Captain America Steve Rogers generates money. That's the problem.
These actors aren't coming back down. They're never coming back to these roles.
That's the characters that make money. The original characters, they're not coming back. But the original characters are the ones. The secondary characters didn't even do good in the comic books. That's what they're losing money on. People want the original shit. They don't want the secondary stuff, and that's the problem.
That's why they got to switch to
and they have to switch. And that's
the X-Men out there. They need to get X-Men out there. They need to get Fantastic Four out there.
Yep. And those are two things that are going to be pushing out heavily quicker now than before, because they need some hits. They really do.
Yeah.
More Shadowhawk or Nighthawk, wherever the guy's name is there. Darkhawk.
So we'll see. I mean, I would, like I said, on Disney Plus, I would expect to see more cheaper produced things going forward, not massive budget things. We got Secret Invasions. That was awful.
It's sad. You know what? This is what happened. Okay, so I'm sorry. Styx, go ahead.
I was going to ask if anyone, because this week Marvel, Kahiba said it mentioned it in the chat about the Marvels. Marvels dropped on Disney Plus this week. Did anyone who didn't go to the theater watch it this week while it was on Plus? You did?
Yes.
I'm gonna watch it this weekend.
I'll watch it maybe when I'm bored.
I thought it was fun and funny.
I enjoyed it. I did. I enjoyed it. It wasn't a great. It wasn't. The Avengers.
People are not jumping over the stands to go see
Captain
that
America,
movie.
but it was good.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Sucked.
Like I said, it doesn't have to be a blockbuster. It doesn't have to be at the level of an Endgame or something like that. People just want to be entertained, but they have to watch their budgets.
From what I've seen on social media, because I'm the social media guy of the channel, a lot of people didn't really, Dom?
I am. I watched the damn thing. I know
you're on IG. IG doesn't count. It seems that people that didn't go see it in theaters and watched it at home really enjoyed it.
Where?
It-
It just came on. How can people really enjoy it? It just came on the freaking Disney
It's
Plus.
been out since Wednesday, Dom. That's 2 days.
Yeah, Wednesday.
All right,
Yeah.
not many people watched it.
I don't know.
Look, listen, I don't know where you get your demographic
I guess
from.
For
all
those
I know
who
is
watched it, they enjoyed it.
All I know is that movie should have been on Disney Plus, not going to movie theaters. It should have been on Disney Plus. Because
Are we
I mean,
still
it was
arguing about this Marvels?
what?
Well, I mean, I was just
I'm
going to
sorry
try
I
to
brought it
say
up. I
it's a
apologize.
difference. You might, if you're watching it free on Disney Plus, something you're paying for anyway, as opposed to shelling out 30, 40, 50 bucks to see it in the theater, you're probably not as bothered by how bad it was.
I like a lot of shit I watch while I'm sitting on my couch doing nothing that I don't have to pay for.
You know,
I have a different standard of what I find acceptable or entertaining.
So
Personally,
I'm fine. Kind of trying to bring it back to this quote. It's starting to focus on some of its stronger franchises going forward. I don't know exactly what that means unless you're. I mean, what are your stronger franchises? Is it Star Wars? Is it Marvel? Was it Lego?
I'm hoping it's X-Men.
X-Men. So okay,
They spent all that
X-Men,
money
like
on
you said
Fox.
before, Fantastic Four.
Shit out already.
Yeah.
I hope it's the whole. I hope the whole team of X-Men are like all the
It's probably not going to be Boba Fett.
Omega level female characters. Let's go.
Well,
Yeah,
and
I know
again,
that
this was
A-boys.
specifically for Marvel, so but I mean, I don't know. I mean, does anyone really want to see a Young Avengers team?
Yes,
Champions.
I love the Young Avengers.
As the flagship of the MCU, you want to see a Young Avengers?
Nope.
Not at the flagship. No.
Not every Marvel movie has to be a flagship. You can have Avengers
But
and Young
money ain't
Avengers.
lose.
You can.
Those non-flagship movies are losing money for them. That's why they have to stay with
The Marvels is the only movie that lost
A-level
money.
characters.
Seriously.
Guardians was a non-flagship show, and that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, but it was a
I don't
strategy.
know. This statement is so vague. I don't even
is.
know why it's newsworthy. To be honest with you, I mean, it is.
I mean, one has to question it. Does that mean they're going to veer away from C and D list characters
I hope so,
and
because it's shit.
focus more on meat and
We
potatoes?
we got 2 Avengers movie. What's the big deal if we have a Champions or Young Avengers project in the works?
characters suck.
I don't think
How do
there's
you
a
know they
problem.
suck? Have you read
They
Young
do suck.
Avengers?
The comic books suck. So if the comics suck, it's gonna suck on the screen too.
Did you read Young Avengers ever?
I
Dom
read
read a
it. I
comic
have
book?
the one. I read it.
I got a clip of Dom.
No, the real point is, I don't give a damn.
Dom hasn't read a comic book since 1984.
Exactly.
And that's what books are good.
The Punisher.
There's nothing wrong with them doing, smaller scale characters like Young Avengers and stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with that. The problem is when you build a franchise, which is what they seem to be doing, to be building a franchise to have these characters to be a Young Avengers to carry the mantle through of the main story arc, then that is, I think, problematic for their future. A one-off movie is one thing, but if you expect Young Avengers to replace Avengers in terms of that same scale, that ain't gonna happen.
No, that's not going to happen.
But I mean, that's basically what they did in terms of swapping out all the characters. Hawkeye is going to go away. You're going to get your Kate Bishop. You get your Sam Wilson as this one goes away. You're going to get your Riri instead of your Tony Stark.
Nobody wants Riri instead of Tony Stark. Tony Stark is Iron Man. That's it.
So Bri, they're pushing the next generation. Bri is right. I think one of the reasons maybe it's been so hard to swallow, and we saw it with some of them. Like we saw the relationship between Sam and
Nope.
the other one.
Sony owns all
But
Kate.
we didn't really see any sort of transition or relationship between Riri and Iron Man. And Tony Stark. We never really saw any sort of transition where they were both on screen at the same time, and we had kind of this handoff. We kind of saw it with, we did see it with Hawkeye, but Hawkeye is Hawkeye really a big, major character? We kind of saw it with the Hulk, so and She-Hulk. So I don't know. Maybe it's thinking deeper in it. Maybe we did have a little bit of a transition. Not with Riri, we didn't get that, but maybe they need more of a transition where we had the old Avengers actually kind of doing a transition that we could see where they transition over to the young Avengers would make it a little more digestible for us instead of just throwing these characters at us that we really, a lot of us really don't know a lot about.
There's hundreds of Marvel characters.
It is
So,
thousands.
So to me, it's just like, I understand younger generation, this and that, but then again, you're just throwing, hey, here's a derivative character of Hawkeye. Here's a derivative character of Iron Man. Here's a derivative. There's all these derivative characters that are basically the same power set of a character you really liked, but it's not really a character you like as much. Versus them just pushing some of the other characters which they haven't put into live action yet, which are bigger characters that they can push into live action. So I just don't understand.
What they got to stop doing is making a girl for every freaking character that was a male. That's the problem.
Here we go.
Well, I mean,
Hawkeye,
they were there in the comics anyway, so
I know, but I'm just saying that's the reason nobody wants that.
The only comics you read is Star Wars comic, and you hardly read those. Come on.
Can we transition to the man
Something
that nearly
else.
killed himself tripping over a cat?
I don't want to hear it.
Oh, not yet. All right.
We'll get there. Game of Thrones is possibly going to have an Aegon Targaryen conquest spinoff in the works.
Yay.
So possibly more Game of Thrones fans.
Yay.
Thoughts?
Is this part of the
I'm
book
all
series?
for
I'll have to get Max to do it. I haven't got Max yet, so I'll have to do
Yes,
that.
please.
But yeah, I'll watch this.
I'm all
Definitely.
for more spinoffs and setting the Game of Thrones universe. They do it well.
Sure.
Actors are well scripted. I'm all for it.
And you get a Targaryen with his sister wives, which is
We don't say
so
we don't say the
so
I
on
word.
brand.
We
It's
don't
just
say the
so
I
on
word.
brand. It's so on brand for Game of Thrones. So yeah, it's I don't know. They do a pretty. It's one of the last shows that's really like on HBO, where you're like, oh, I remember what HBO used to do. It used to put out really big shows, and really Game of Thrones is kind of really one of the last shows like that out there. Just really, really big scale. I mean, I guess one could say Lord of the Rings on Amazon, but you basement dwellers in your Lord of the Rings. That's
Hey, watch it, buddy. Watch it.
I never watched that show on Amazon. I
Don't
think I
make me
started
pop it
when
all
was
over your face.
Well, I mean, there's shows that have niche audiences, which Lord of the Rings does. There's people that are loyal to that and will watch that and love that. But shows like Game of Thrones and stuff like that, it was a cultural thing. It was larger than just I like dragons. It was more than a niche audience. So I'm happy they keep making more. I thought House of Dragons was great.
I still want my Roadhouse franchise. Roadhouse Miami, Roadhouse Dallas.
It's just
Roadhouse
setting up fucking franchises.
Why
Roadhouse,
listen to me?
Roadhouse Albuquerque.
Oh, that'd be fantastic. There's never enough Roadhouse. Anyone excited about Game of Thrones having possibly more shows?
I still gotta watch House of Dragons. So
I mean, yeah. I mean, I watched House of Dragons season 1. I think, or was it 1? Or one,
season
right?
1.
Yeah,
there's only one
and
season.
I'll watch season 2 if and when it happens. This is my genre of show that I will watch. It's a fantasy, dragons, and yeah, sure, 100%. I'll watch this.
I normally not a huge fan of fantasy and dragon stuff, but Game of Thrones was filthy enough for me to be able to watch it and enjoy
There's
it.
boobies and a bunch of sex, so it's really good about it.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
And most of the fantasy stuff is very
Just give me that. I don't care about anything else. I really
We
don't.
would walk across the mall for 7 days, and I don't want to watch any of that shit. I want to see heads getting cut off and people banging in
You want to
dirty
see
places.
I don't know if we need that. We don't necessarily need that kind of sex in real life, where you're like banging your sister type of shit. But
you turn around, the girl turns around, and goes,
Or banging your
"Listen,
niece.
Who cares?
yeah.
Have Caligula going on there, man. There you go.
You just want to get pissed. Shut up.
It just feels like a more adult themed show all around, between the violence, storyline, everything. It just feels more adult focused than some of the other stuff that's fantasy. So I don't know.
Sex and violence goes great in movies.
There we go. This is the first I've heard about this, Joe.
Okay, so I came across this story. This UK man survived after sustaining a broken neck, fractured spine, smashed ribs, and blood in his lungs, and other car crash type injuries after tripping over his cat.
That cat had revenge on him.
Yeah.
First of all,
Apparently,
can I just say, do we have video of him tripping over his cat? Because I think he got fucked up some other way.
I don't know, but I thought it would make for an interesting conversation about any possible embarrassing or accidental injuries you've all had.
This sounds like one of those. This sounds like one of those I fell on my flashlight, 1 in a million shot type of.
How did this get up here?
I think there's more to the story.
I tell you what, the cat had revenge for him. Cats plotting revenges on the humans all the time. That's the honest truth. But I did have an embarrassing story. I was going to the bathroom on the crapper. My foot fell asleep. I went to step up, and as I stood up, my foot gave out, and I went down, hit my head in the tub.
How long were you sitting on the toilet? That your foot fell asleep.
I was reading. My leg fell asleep. My leg fell.
Oh, you're one of those. Okay.
So my leg.
He was reading Tolstoy. Come on, leave him alone.
Toy Story. He was reading Wuthering Heights.
Yeah, no, he was right. Did he fall out a window after he tripped over his cat? There is more to the story.
No,
he was drunk. He was probably drunk.
I kept reading through. I was like, did he fall over it in the road and then got hit by a car? What the? No, he just tripped over his cat and apparently sustained all these injuries.
Fell down the stairs.
Yeah, well,
I'm going to resist, but after listening to Dom's story, I'm going to resist to ask the question, who reads on the toilet? Anyway, I mean, I don't know.
I do.
Some people do. I'm
do.
Not to get too TMI here. I do my business and I'm gone. But my brother will sit on the toilet for hours and read his phone, whatever. He's one of those. So
I've never gotten that. I want to get in there, get out. Yeah. Finish my day. Let's go.
Do my business and go.
Remember, look, I have a saying at work: you shit on their time, not yours. So I go to the bathroom, and I'm in the bathroom for a while when I'm at work. There you go. And I'm live.
So now we know we get 10,000 reels while you're sitting on the toilet.
Yeah.
Yes, that explains an awful lot.
I enjoy reading on the show.
I've hurt myself doing some not so physical things. I've torn ligaments in my knee just by turning. I was taking martial arts classes in my younger days, and I just twisted on my knee and popped the ligaments. Had to get knee surgery. Not too recently. The guys know this. I don't know if I've talked about it on the show or not. I popped a hammy. Yes. How did I pop a hammy? Walking into Walmart. That's how I popped a fucking hammy. Not running, getting out of my truck and walking into Walmart. And as I'm about to walk in the door, I hear a pop, and I feel like somebody shot me in the leg. So yeah, getting old sucks. This guy looks like he's old too. So yeah,
I remember when I was in high school. We were coming down to DC for a field trip with our history teacher. Always great at the time. It was one of those non-bust field trips where a teacher and a chaperone just drive their cars and the kids pile in the cars. So we were heading down. He stopped halfway there to pick up a case of vodka, which I kind of thought was hilarious. But
come on, kids, we're going to liquor store.
Yeah, I don't know. The man had priorities. I'll give him that.
Trying to liquor up the kids.
But it's about a 4.5 hour drive from where I was, and I had to piss so bad, and I was stuck in the middle seat in the back and just crammed in between people, and I didn't want to say because I knew we were relatively close within an hour. And I was like, I could just hold it. After a while, I was like, I need you to pull over because I have to piss. and went to the side of the road. And apparently I had to piss so bad that when I pissed, it was so relieving that I passed out on the side of the road and hit my head with my dick hanging out of my fly, just on the side of the road. So that was
Did the teacher put it away for you?
No, I put it away myself.
Did a hitchhiker come pick you up? You were like hitchhiking, right?
No, but that was
rules of the road.
That was embarrassing. So,
Oh my God.
yeah.
At least that's what they told Joe when he woke up. You
I
were
was
just.
like, I thought I put it away before I fell. Why is it out?
That's how your wee got out, Joe. It wasn't anything else. It was just you passed out taking a piss.
Hey Joe, do you remember somebody telling the teacher, "That's not how you give CPR. His mouth is up that way."
Oh.
Dub said it right. The thing is, on a field trip, he goes, "That was the."
Yeah, I did go to an all males high school too. So there you go.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, that was a fun, embarrassing story of injury. Yeah, nobody likes waking up on the side of the road bleeding from the head because you passed out and having your dick hanging out of your pants. So
What's taking them so long back there?
yeah, it was fun.
Where's Joe?
So now I've learned not
Has
to
anybody
lick
seen
my
the
bladder.
Scoutmaster?
He's pitched at a 10.
No, it was very, very interesting. I still the funniest part of that whole trip was the teacher stopping and picking up a case of vodka.
Well,
The second we crossed the state line into Maryland from Pennsylvania, he stopped it because there's a liquor store right there. He's pulled
That's one of those,
immediately into the liquor store, opened his trunk, went in, tossed the box of vodka.
That's one of those things you could not get away with nowadays. Too many cell phones with cameras. That teacher would be plastered all over social media. Like, teacher takes vodka.
This was
on
in the
field trip.
90s, so it was a different time. It was a different time. It was,
Oh yeah.
Right.
get away.
Well,
We used to be able to get away with a little bit more back then.
I guess so. Oh, okay. Oh,
Oh my God, I forgot about this. All right, this week on That's Not a Comic, Sale of the Week. Last week, a lot of the people in the chat, and it came from somewhere. I think it was the chat. It might have said, "Hey, what about shoes?" Okay, it's Brewster's fault. Well, Brewster should have done the freaking research on this because this is a freaking rabbit hole. This is a motherfucking rabbit hole right here. I told Joe when I sent him the slide, I said, this is the first and last time we talk about freaking sneakers or shoes. Because what'd you say, Joe? They're a weird breed. These
They are a unique breed of collector. I mean, every collecting niche is very the people that collect are very card people. They're a different breed of humans. Sneakerheads are very different as well.
I went into this and I didn't want to do the hey, let's go Google like Air Jordan sales. I thought that would be too easy. So I was looking at other things and quickly found out I didn't know what the hell I was looking for. And so I called up my resident expert, which is my oldest son. I'm like, hey, because my oldest son, he's a nice dresser. He's into clothes and stuff. I said, what shoes, should I look for that kind of go for like outrageous sums of money sometimes? And he gave me a couple. He said Google, or not Google, but on this web app that I use to search for these things. He said, look for Nike Dunks. And I was like, okay. So I started off, later found out it's Nike Dunk, not Dunks. But anyway, so I started looking at these things and from sales, and there's all kind of stuff out here. I picked some that I thought were outrageous. Take it with a grain of salt. Some of these seem crazy to me, and there is a huge differential between one sale and another. I found out just from doing a little research, it depends on the size of the shoe, matters big time when you're collecting shoes. I think the like a 10.5 to 12 is kind of the sweet spot. That's where the money is, I think. Bruce, let me know if I'm off. But
Yeah, because real men
anyway.
have feet bigger than 10 a size 10.
Yeah,
Just saying.
So,
Sorry,
so
Styx.
here's some that I found that are
I'm
either
size 11.
outrageous or I thought was interesting.
You don't count.
But
I don't count.
Take it with a grain of salt. So
That's a New
Nike
York
SB
size.
Dunk Low
I love you, Bruce.
yellow. All right, hang on. I'll let you guys get this out of your system.
Fight about shoes for a while.
So Nike SB Dunk Low yellow, an 11.5, which is dead stock, which it means it was found in a storeroom or back room or something, I guess. Never been sold, I think is what it means. Sold on the secondary market. Best offer accepted, $46,750. All right. Back in just a couple of weeks ago in January. So that's a crazy amount of. And I had my son on the phone when I was going through doing some of this research. I said, "Does that sound crazy?" He goes, "No, not for some sales, and some sales are just like that." Another dead stock, a 9 with 45 bids, sold for $23,000 back in mid-December.
Jesus Christ.
So nothing signed, nothing game worn, nothing anything. These are just shoes that. Now I will say, and talking to my son, he told me this too. A lot of these shoes are limited. In other words, they only made like 30 pair of these things. So you have to be on a list, like an email list, to know when these things are going up. And then a lot like Funkos, when you go to a con, there's a lottery that you have to be pulled from a lottery to buy these things. So just all kind of craziness out there. The second shoe on there is an SB Dunk Low Pro Freddy Krueger. There were a lot of these ranging from, I think, some dead stock to some actually used ones that were out there. Even the used ones sell for a little bit of money. A size 10 dead stock DS sold for just under $50,000 on a buy it now.
Jesus
back
Christ.
in late December. Did a little research on this Freddy Krueger. These were very there were several that were sold, so I don't know how limited it was, but they said the only thing that was produced was the mock-up prototypes. They were never actually put into mass production. So and then for an auction, a size 9 that was listed as like new sold for $3,350 with 103 bids a couple of weeks ago.
Darn.
And then Grateful Dead also have a shoe, multiple colors. So SB Dunk Low Pro Grateful Dead, there was what they call the Orange Bear. I expect a comment from Bruce for any time now when I say Orange Bear, but anyway, I don't. What does that mean?
I'm not commenting on bears.
Does that mean anything? Well, you did last week, so I just figured I'd talk to you a softball there.
Well, they have those dancing bears that are their logo.
Yeah.
An Orange Bear, size 10.5, dead stock, sold for just under $5,000 back in late November. And a Yellow Bear, I think there's also a Green Bear, but a Yellow Bear, size 13, which not a whole lot. I mean, not a whole lot of us wear 13. That's getting up into the larger size foot, but just under $1,000 with 27 bids. Just like a week and a half ago. So.
Wow.
There you have it. Yeah, I said I had to call a friend or call a son on that one because I was out of my depth on shoes. But we said we would try to talk about them, and now we have. So.
If I was to get any of these bear shoes, it would definitely be the white bear.
Easy anyway.
There it was.
Yeah, it's
you waiting for that, weren't you?
Some of these collecting niches, it's just. I don't know.
The Grateful Dead. I don't know how if you're watching us on a TV or you can those Grateful Deads look like they're made out of yarn. It's such a weird texture look to those shoes. It looks like it's a weird look to those shoes. But anyway, yeah, shoes.
I don't know how I don't know how Grateful Dead fan has the money to buy those. They probably spent all their money on bootleg shows, tapes, and whippets.
When I first asked my son for advice and to kind of point me in the right direction, he goes, "Dad, you are not going to start collecting shoes, are you?" I was like, "Hell no." He goes, "Good." He goes, "That's you're not ready."
No,
You're not ready.
one of my friends, between him and his wife, they had 250 pairs of freaking Nikes. It's insane. They have a room dedicated to their sneakers.
You get the collecting Jones, you get the collecting Jones. And I mean, this seems to be what is very big for the younger generation in terms of a collectible. Granted, a lot of them are collecting all the shoes that we had as kids, but
it's interesting. I mean, I was kind of when he said that, you got to win a lottery, you got to be on a call list. It's almost like, hey, like you see in the movies, like if like there's a rave or whatever going on, there's a secret call list. If it's gonna, it's almost seems very secretive, like, oh, you got to know somebody who knows somebody, you got to know a guy type of stuff. But it was fun. It was fun, but I don't know if I'm going to do it again, because it was I found myself going on these like unfamiliar waters. I had no idea what I was looking at.
Yeah, when it comes to sneakers is a different animal altogether.
Yeah. Tread lightly.
I appreciate it. I always enjoy different collectibles. It's fun to see the different niches of collecting, and this is definitely probably one of the priciest ones that's out there now in terms of things that people collect. So good times.
The good times roll.
Oh,
I threw you right in the middle there.
Say again.
I said I threw you right in the middle of the show.
Oh, right for another one. So this is this is another idea we came up with. It's basically a comic review, but it's what we call first impressions, where we review a #1 issue comic, try to make it a recent release comic. We review #1, we talk about it. Hopefully people on the panel other than myself, I think Joe probably. Brucefer, did you read it?
Yes.
Okay. Dom, Styx, you guys have a chance to read this?
I didn't have a chance, no.
Okay.
So I never knew this out. So
Dom,
that's home all day looking at comic books. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not home all day. I'm driving around all day, damn it.
So three of us read it.
Go to comic shop.
Maybe the three of us that read it can sell it to the other two, and maybe sell it to the those that are watching. But yeah, so we're going to review a new #1 comic. It's called First Impressions, and let you know what we think is worth continuing for you to read, or for us to read on our own. All right. Am I driving here? Okay.
I'll drive if you want. No, you got it.
I got it. Basically, we start off. I think this arc anyway is called Delusional Behavior. We start off seeing this fella wake up in a hospital. Everybody is dead all around him. He finds what he could be his patient record. It's been ripped over. It just says "you" on it, so I guess that's "you" in the title. His name is, I don't know what his name is, but anyway, right off the bat, you get a very squeamish couple of panels where he is not looking where he's going, and he steps right on a scalpel and slices right into his foot. Doesn't seem to bother him though. He continues on, sees himself in a mirror, and we get.
Did this not give you first issue of Walking Dead? Rick waking up in the hospital.
It did. Yes, it did. Yeah.
Yeah. It definitely did a bit, but then it got a little goes elsewhere.
Yeah, it gets a little. We're definitely. Anyway, we get to. He says if you kind of look at himself in a mirror or a reflective glass, says, if you have the courage, step forth, and I shall tell you who you are, what you must do, why you have been spared. So, okay. Not a lot of reading actually in this, especially the first probably, I don't know, third of the book. Anyway, it's just all like visual communication. So this is what this is back then, it says in the comic books. It gives us a time reference. And then we get to now. We have what we assume is you, the same person, looking through a fence, and there's a lady who's on the ground who is getting threatened with her life because her brother, her cousin, somebody owes some thug some money, and they're going to kill her to send a message to whoever owes this person some money that they work for. Then, you know, the guy who we think is you, we see him jumping a fence, and he's going to take some action. Now, this is where it gets a little weird. He actually sees these two, you know, these two thugs. He sees them differently than we see them. He kind of sees them as these, dare I say, god or demon or whatever type characters. Certainly not the actual characters that are the actual characters that we see. We see them as very muscular, strong, bald, evil looking. And so that's how he sees them. We don't know why he sees them like that necessarily at this point.
Yeah.
So he confronts them. They start shooting. He does some Keanu Reeves Matrix shit. But he does get shot. He gets shot right in the eye. So a little bit more of a, when I first saw that panel, I was like, that's a weird way to draw an eye. And then I'm like, oh, shit, he got shot in the eye. He does have blood, but it doesn't seem to phase him. So he goes in and continues to load up the old thunder and lightning there. Then we jump to, we're back then again. We get a character. We find out this character's name is Isabella or Isabel, which is, I guess, the I part of you and I. So she is it just basically shows her, she's talking to some people. I don't know if it's her aunt, uncle, who this is necessarily, that family that her dad has left them in charge of some money for her, but they're being very greedy with it. They're not giving it with us. Immediately painted as kind of the bad people, the antagonist or whatever. And so she's basically begging, saying that she needs money to live. She's living on the streets, et cetera, et cetera. And her cousin, I guess, is kind of sitting on the couch. She says, nearly everyone else who got sick with the big death came out with powers they could use to make money. You're not even a moth. So kind of gives us maybe an understanding that something happened. There was like some sort of worldwide pandemic or plague. It probably killed a lot of people, but if you survived, you have powers of some sort. But she does not have any power. This kind of reminded me of the Amazon. All right, here we go. I can't remember shit. The Amazon show, the show where the dad's son didn't have powers and he manifests powers later. It's on Amazon. Everybody loves it. Anyway, the superhero show on Amazon. Help!
I don't know.
Invincible. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah, my bad. So yeah, it kind of reminded me. Sorry, I couldn't remember. It's like, what the hell is the name of the show? But yeah, so that kind of reminded me of this. Like, everyone else got these powers for some reason. She didn't. Will she manifest powers later? I don't know. We don't know yet. But basically, they tell her to get lost, and her cousin gives her the bird and says, "Get out of here." So now we're back to now. She's sleeping. She looks like an abandoned apartment or something. And she hears some noise. She wakes up. Some guys bust in the door. She runs. We see the evil guys looking down at her as she escapes down the fire escape and runs away with them chasing her. Back to the guy coming off the ropes. This is you. He's still kicking their ass over there, and lands a nice elbow to the guy's optical socket, and basically saves the girl. Asks her, do you have any money? No. So he basically robs the people and gives them money. And you can see he sees her differently than we do too. He sees her as kind of a innocent character, not the beat up worn out looking chick that we see in real life. But
and it's drawn in a completely different style as well.
Yeah, drawn completely different, almost elf-like. And then we get what we think is what I thought initially was the closing scene where he's kind of standing there very triumphantly, but nope, some guy pulls up and just unloads a machine gun all in him, riddles him with bullets, and we see him laying there in his own blood. And then Isabella comes and we see a shadow form and her standing over him, and that's where it ends. Oops. All right. So that is the review. Sorry, I couldn't remember the name, but of Invincible. Thank you, 00. Yeah, what do you guys think? Is this something worth to continue reading?
It was an easy read. I know. I think we all wanted one hand for this week, but it wasn't available digitally this week. So this was a last minute contender. It went by really fast. I started reading it and I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to like this. But then there's, like I said, there's barely any dialogue. So I flew through it and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm done with it now. I'm interested to see where it goes. I don't know if I'll pick up a paper copy of it, but
I think Bruce, I don't know what you thought. I think if I can remember, which is difficult for me sometimes, if I can remember, I will keep reading this because I'm kind of curious what is causing all of this to happen. Is this kind of like, this comic reminds me of a lot of other comics that I've read, we talked about the show Invincible. Bruce brought up Walking Dead. It also kind of reminds me of a show called The Beauty, where people. I love that comic, The Beauty. If you're not reading that, it's an older comic, but it's a great comic where people get sick and then they wake up heroes. So I don't know. I will keep reading this. If I don't forget, I will keep reading this because I'm kind of curious. And I think this is a six issue arc, if I remember right, that we're looking at.
Yeah, I think so.
If I'm not mistaken, there's a series before this that ties into this.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I believe it does come from a larger universe.
So I think that's maybe why a lot of the stuff in this book, it felt like it was established somewhere else, and that's why. I don't know. There wasn't enough story development for me in the first issue, something that grabbed me. Pretty pictures is nice, but I like context and content also to go with my pretty pictures. Artwork was beautiful. I like the artwork a lot.
Yeah,
the artwork,
good artwork.
was pretty nice.
Not a lot to read. Like I said, not a lot of dialogue.
Yeah.
There was enough to hook me. Now, again, not everything is for everybody. I think there was enough to hook me into probably trying to read this, if I remember, trying to read the second issue when it comes out.
Yeah, like I said, I won't be picking it up in print, but I'll.
If it's as easy to read as the first one, it's like, fine. This is like super easy. I think I was through this thing in less than 5 minutes, and I'm not even a reader.
If I see it laying around online, I'll read the second issue to see what happens. But I want to actually go back to see what series it references and actually read the series that this is a spinoff of.
Yeah, because I do want to know if these characters are established or whether just the universe is established.
Part of a bigger universe. Yeah, that's good to know. I didn't know that. But yeah, that was
so listen, this is an interesting book. I can see myself reading it, and next week we can have a segment called Tom, read it, damn it.
You just want a segment that you're going to do nothing for.
Yeah.
Like I said,
let me see here and look. I'm Dom. This show.
Let me see. I got time. Let me see. Time is not on my side because I'm busy.
Busy. You got time to post 15,000 reels.
You spend half the day in the toilet.
Hey,
you just told us that.
I'm at work.
Read your comics.
Yeah. Read your comics on your phone.
Come on the phone, man. I got other shit on the phone when I look at it. Sitting down reading comics.
Oh, I know what you're doing. Oh, never mind.
No, see, get your head out of the gutter.
All right. I think my favorite segment is up next.
Ooh.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I'm gonna add multiple title bars for this every week we do it, just to.
Hey, how'd you get my picture?
All right, let me throw it up there for you, Styx.
Thank you.
Is that Vita Vita Benjamin?
Oh,
Is that the one you need up there, or the other one?
Hey, we're seeing the answers though. We can see the answers at the bottom.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make it bigger. There we go.
Damn, you guys more prepared than SNS. Come on, man.
We're never
Well-oiled machine here. Well-oiled machine.
There we go. All right. Wait for me. I'm waiting for it to load.
We
up
thought
on
having Styx on, way back when we thought having Styx on would bring some of that professionalism over from SNS, but it hasn't happened yet.
It hasn't happened. He's worse than Lopez.
There we go. All right, there we go. All right. This week is Poison Ivy trivia. Let's see how we do.
Is that Poison Ivy from Cat in a Hat? No.
No, that's a valid Poison Ivy book.
That's a valid cover?
Yeah.
No,
Really?
listen, I like those weed plants around her.
Stop.
Let's begin.
Let's
Press
let
forward to
the
begin.
fun begin. Yep, here we go.
This is where the fun begins.
All right, question number 1. Poison Ivy.
Where to begin?
All right, I'll give you a second.
This is like riding a roller coaster. You're sitting there waiting for the car to move, and then when it moves, you're like doing
It's like riding a roller coaster where it never goes down. It's just constantly
it's
always
actually
going up.
Trying to
It's
teach
always
them how
going
to drive, and they keep stepping on the brake as you're driving.
So one of those driver's ed cars. Yeah.
right.
Poison Ivy was created because of what? A, gardening show popularity. B, the need for female villains. C, a rise in poison ivy outbreaks. Or D, Batman's gardener threw her in weeding chemicals.
It's Big D.
Hey, welcome.
Thank you, Mondo Chapo.
Mando. Let's see. Let me recap here. Gardening show, no. Need for female characters, leaning there. Rise of poison ivy outbreaks, get out of here. Batman gardener threw her in weeding chemicals. Well, the question is, of course, the forming of the question to Styx means absolutely nothing. But it says created because, not created how. If it was created how, I would say D. But it's created because. So I'm going to say B. Although, again, Styx, sentence structure,
I am a product of the public education system, so.
Yeah, it's B. I know it's B.
All right.
Everybody's saying, Mama Bear says C. Maybe, yeah, I almost feel like she knows something we don't. That was Double O says A. What? Get out of here.
Come on, Bruce.
That was just throwing curveballs.
Oh, yes, it is indeed. B.
Come on, it's whack. Need for female villains. That's a
Well,
whack.
he only had Catwoman at the time.
Yep, and that's
At
what.
the time, we only had Catwoman.
Yeah, that's what it was. They saw the.
Duh, if you read
popularity of that
comics, you would know
character.
that.
They wanted more female.
Yeah, Dom.
That's a dumb reason for need for female villains.
As soon as Dom gets that implant, he's going to know everything about comics.
All right. Question number 2, which is not one of Poison Ivy's powers? A, the ability to control plants. B, she kills people by toxins in her blood using a kiss. C, controls people with pheromones. Or D, has the ability to kill using irritation spores.
It's
B.
Yeah, but she kisses Harley.
Which is not.
Quinn.
No,
She
it's
kisses
not.
Harley Quinn all the time. She can kill Harley Quinn with the toxins. Come on, really?
It says not. B.
It's not.
Oh, not. Oh, okay.
Oh, jeez. Reading comprehension.
Kills
Dom.
people with
Reading comprehension.
I thought that was one of her powers. Wait a minute. Can we just?
I can handle handle things. I'm smart. Not like everybody says. Like dumb, I'm smart, and I want respect.
Poor Fredo.
Calm down, Dom. Can we just
You stepped
examine
over
D
me,
for a
Michael.
minute? D says has the ability to kill using irritation spores. What the? What? I mean, she pee on them. I mean, that's Joe's power. I mean, that's not her power.
Joe kills him as he.
I'm sorry, Joe kills himself when he pees. Sorry.
Yeah, I just pass out myself.
Yeah. I'm gonna say D because that seems weird. That seems like Styx just making shit up. Has the ability to kill using irritation spores.
I would never make things up.
Yeah, 100% you made that up. Because I think, never mind.
All right.
Who? Yeah, Cohiba believes me. D.
A lot of D's.
I don't hate women.
What do we got?
So the answer is, of course, D. Having the ability to use irritation spores to kill is not one of her powers.
Yeah, I'm
All the other
getting
ones
inside
are.
Styx's head. I'm living in Styx's head. It's scary in here. It's scary as hell, but I'm in there.
Hey, Dub, I don't hate women. I just hate that you have to use women in every fucking thing.
What? Oh, jeez.
No, Dub is saying I hate women. Because since when Dom hates women, I don't.
You know, you can ignore the chat, right?
I don't know.
It's like the history of man and between Styx's ears. So much in there. So much experience.
Many layers.
I
Like
bow
peeling
down
an
to the
onion.
monolith every night. Question number 3: Poison Ivy has the 1966 Batman live-action series to be thankful for her existence. Is that true, or is that false?
That's false.
False.
Daniel says false.
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 Everybody says Mama Bear says true. Artrell says false. I think it's the question before, but it might fit. Hector T says all of the above.
She would have been great in the Batman series. If she would have been great in
I
the
think that was
Batman
the question before.
series with Adam West.
That would have been bad.
Yeah. Well, Styx is the only one of us that was alive in '66, so
it's false.
I was. Yeah.
I'm going to say false because everybody else is
42.
saying false, and I don't want to look stupid.
All right. Well, the answer is.
We're gonna get a Styx answer. We're gonna get a new one. Are we gonna get a nuanced Styx answer to a true or false question?
It's not either.
Are we going to get any answer? Okay. Oh, you motherfucker.
So the answer is true. In an interview, creator Carmine Infantino
Wait a
revealed
minute.
the Catwoman's popularity in the '66 series had led to
Carmine
Poison
from
Ivy's
Laverne
career.
and Shirley?
Wait, hold up.
Not Carmine Ragusa. Deeper. Come on.
Hold up. So how can you have two questions in the same show? That's one's answer is because it needed a female villain, but she was created because of 1966 show. Which is it, Styx? Which is it?
Creator
Now,
Carmine
hold on. Let's go back to the
Infantino
question.
revealed
Let's
it.
go back to the question.
Wait a minute. I'm
We got-
still reading this one.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I'm sorry. Bruce has got to
Revealed
read the
that
question.
Catwoman's
I do have a
popularity in
good point.
'66 series led to the.
When was
Ah.
Poison Ivy created?
Who writes
See,
these?
this is Styx. This is Styx
Who
being
writes
Styx
these
right here.
questions? Come on, Styx.
So in the 1966 series, the Catwoman was very popular.
Mm.
She was her only real.
Yeah,
villain.
but you wrote the question like making
Eartha
us
Kitt
think
originally knew more.
that she was introduced in the '66 series. That's the way you wrote the question, Styx. You
Let's look at the
sneaky son
question
of a
again.
bitch.
Poison Ivy has the 1966 Batman live-action series to be thankful for her existence. I didn't say she's in the show. I
But
didn't
the
say
fact
she
is
was.
that she was already created already.
It was implied.
Oh,
No.
she's late 66, 67.
I'm not going to beat Styx up. For this
I am
one,
not
other than,
participating in this sham of a trivia show.
Oh, I am. I live for this.
Buddhist
All right.
man.
Yes, definitely. This man. All right.
I don't know what I'm doing.
All right. Poison Ivy was once married to one of these characters. I phrased that wrong.
D.
The Joker, Ra's al Ghul, Clayface, or Harley Quinn.
D.
Clayface. I'm not playing.
D.
Well, Bruce is opting out. That's one less player.
D.
We'll send
D.
Bruce as Rice-A-Rooney.
I'm gonna say I don't think it's the Joker because Harley would
He
be
married
pissed.
Harley Quinn. She's
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. I don't think it's Harley Quinn because we're not there yet. Clayface, if I remember, is kind of ugly, right? So I'm gonna say Raja
Ra's al Ghul?
Kind of ugly.
Rahal Ghul.
Ra's al Ghul? I don't know, man.
Ra's-
Harley Quinn.
Rahal Ghul. Ghul.
This is,
Where are we at?
This is pre-crisis, Harley.
Yeah.
Or pre-crisis.
Yes, thank you,
Harley,
Andre. Smash that like button. Okay, ready for the answer, Roy? Here we go.
Oh, I'm ready. Wait a minute.
No, the
can
answer
Clayface-
is-
Go ahead.
Really gonna answer? It'll take a second for it to go.
It's coming.
Oh, there we go. It's coming.
Damn it!
There we go.
This guy right here.
I was just about to ask, can Clayface change his appearance? Is he kind of like,
He can.
or is he just?
Okay.
Let's see if I've known that.
And for people that said Harley, she's only married Harley in the Injustice universe. Just saying.
She's
Mama
still
Bear
married,
got
though.
it. I should have listened. I should have listened to Mama Bear. Damn it.
Mama Bear's been doing pretty good.
She's killing it.
All right, let's go to that penultimate question here. Question number 5. I'll wait for it to come up on my phone screen. All right. What was the one?
I thought B said testicles for a minute. I ain't gonna lie.
Venom, B, pesticides, C, calamine lotion, or D, a lawnmower?
What is the one?
These questions.
I like D.
What was the only thing? I don't think he needed the word one there. I think he could have just said, "What is the only thing?" I don't think
Yeah,
he
it
did
was the other thing.
Is it A, the Joker's Venom?
that can stop poison.
Or
ivy.
B,
I can't tell you that.
Joker's testicles. No.
It's just
no,
the
no,
testicles.
Yeah, well,
Joker's venom. I didn't know the
I hear
Joker
they're-
had venom.
Might be
I
A.
hear they're
Pesticides.
choking hazard.
Calamine lotion? Come on, man.
Calamine lotion. That's funny. I really want it to be calamine lotion. That's funny.
It's either A or B.
Uh,
It's got to be A.
Yeah.
Give me pesticides.
I'm gonna say B. I'm gonna say pesticides. I don't know.
What is
What's Mama Bear
Bimom?
said?
What is Bimom?
Vmom.
Venom.
What's
Joker Bimom.
It's A.
Again, I blame my public education.
I went to public school. Damn it.
PS 120 in Queens.
Brooklyn Tech.
It stinks.
I went to Tech.
No, I didn't. That was fun.
Joe's pulling out
Of
all the
course.
gadgets for this one. Oh my God! Are you serious?
The only thing to use against poison ivy is calamine lotion. You're
That
You
welcome.
know what?
You're such a
Great story. Compelling and rich.
You know what? I blame myself for not getting that. Do you remember, Joe? You remember when we were making the thumbnails, and Styx Boy said, "Why don't you
Yep.
put some calamine lotion on the thumbnail?" You remember that? I
Yep.
blame myself for missing that one.
Yeah.
I should have known.
Boom.
Man.
That is dumb.
And
Retarded.
I don't know shit about fuck.
I say the R word, Dom.
All right.
Thank
A
you.
tard. A tard.
Thank you.
Thank you as always, Styx. I always
Welcome back
enjoy
to
your trivia.
Politically Incorrect with Dom.
Always enjoy your
Can we not say
trivia.
that word anymore?
No, I don't think we're allowed to say it anymore.
No.
Oh,
okay.
please.
But well, we can
You-
say whatever
you-
the hell we
you
want to
get-
say.
You get demonetized on YouTube for that word.
Are you serious? Wow. Okay.
Yeah, you can. There's certain words you can't say. The R word, the I
You can't
word,
say anything. If you
the
say
P
anything, you get in
word.
trouble.
Well,
There's rules and
what
regulations
if
everywhere.
I want clothes that won't catch fire? What am I supposed to call them?
Fire resistant.
yeah.
So we got poison ivy tonight.
Oh, that's such a sexy.
Thank you for warming up the room, Styx, with your wonderful
You're welcome.
trivia.
You're welcome. I'm here all night.
What are you talking about warming up the room?
Tip your
The
waiter.
room is ice cold. Like I'm
So,
sitting on a freaking ice box here.
I'm pretty sure
figured-
Jedi's blood warmed up a little bit.
So I figured we
I blame myself.
go through some poison ivy.
Jedi does
covers
look a little flush.
And
I get so excited, and then
See, there. Look at Dub says, there you go.
Pull the rug right from under you.
exactly. I don't want to catch fire, Dubs. Oh my! So I figured we'd look at some fun Ivy covers and follow her path from the late '60s up until today. She first appeared in Batman 181. You get her on the splash page, which is nice when they introduce a new character and you get them on the splash page when you open the book. So
I
you get
still
cover.
Hate this cover so much. I really
Because she looks like a 50-year-old house mom on the cover. It's
No one talks about the
Green
Robin's
Giant.
face. Look at Robin's face. Come on,
they both want a piece of that.
No, but the way he looks.
Why did she get Peter Pan's shadow?
I mean, look at Robin can't even face someone when he's punching him. He wants a piece of that. He's punching while he's running. It's something. Yeah. But yeah, you get your Ivy introduction in your late '60s, and then you just kind of get pieces. You don't really get a ton of Ivy through the '70s. You just kind of get little pieces here and there. She'll show up in Batman issue, Superman's girlfriend Lois Lane. She'll show up in a couple. You can see her where she's on the cover there. There you go. She makes it on the cover there. She was a member of the Injustice Gang of the World, which I always liked as a bad guy group. It was just a hilarious name to me. It was very, very 60s, 70s campy kind of name for a group of bad guys. She continued within there. She showed up in the supervillains books as well. She didn't get a lot of cover work in the 70s either. You got her peeking in there on the supervillains on the far right, which is from 1977.
I love that Justice League cover.
It is a good cover, but you really don't get a ton of her. You'll get her in a lot of side stories sometimes through the 70s, because remember, a lot of these books, the Justice League and the Giants and stuff like that, you would have 2 or 3, sometimes 4 stories within there. So a lot of times you might get her relegated to a 3rd story in the book. They weren't a lot of times the title stories that you would get a cover for.
Oh, excuse me.
damn.
You started to get a little more information about her. They leaked out a little more about her background. And you kind of have, I guess the way it's broken up, you kind of have a pre-crisis DC Crisis Ivy. You kind of have a post-crisis DC Ivy. Then you have a New 52 Ivy and a Rebirth Ivy. The New 52 and Rebirth Ivy, pretty much the same. But they go into her and use her more as a character later in DC history than they really did in a lot of the early stuff. In a lot of the early stuff, she was really kind of a BC level villain that would pop up until they got into the 80s. Once you started to get to the 80s, you started to have more larger story arcs with her. This Batman story arc is a nice little arc with some kind of some of the first really Ivy centric covers that you really started to get. And she always kind of played kind of the sex trap with Batman. And there was early on, there was always kind of a bit of a hint of relationship or sexual chemistry between Ivy and Batman as well. But, not only did she, get with Batman, you got her making some time with Hal there as well. Said she's literally smack dab in the middle of that Crisis cover, by the way. Crisis on Infinite Earths. If you ever look at that cover, she is literally dead center in that cover.
Yep, I can see it right there.
Yeah. This was a fun one because she showed up on the back of the book, which was kind of nice. Which was a Batman Green Arrow book.
That was a good story.
Oh, she doing?
She's not necessarily on this cover, but she is in the book, and you got you got your Ivy on the cover there in the Suicide Squad. Once you started getting the later 80s, you started to get some more
covers are
they started to draw her a little more. She was always kind of a sexual object or luring people in that way. But they started to draw her a lot sexier. That I don't know what's going on with Batman's cowl in that Nightfall book, but I don't know how he got around with that damn thing. Do you see how high the ears are on that cowl?
That whole time period of his ears. I love those.
It was bad. It was bad.
That what makes it fun, those covers.
But you got some interesting covers with these Showcase 94 books when they kind of launched the Showcase title.
Mm-hmm.
I love the Ivy playing baseball.
And a little fact about those Showcase 94s, there are DCU variants of those out there.
Well, that is definitely good to know, because I know there's all you DCU chasers out there.
No, it's just Brucifer. Just Brucifer.
Yeah. What are you talking about? I lost a very rare DCU variant this past 24 hours. Somebody beat me to it.
Why?
Bastard.
Where they beat you in the auction?
Yeah.
You gotta outbid them by putting an outrageous price.
I did put an outrageous price. I put $425.
No,
Brucifer, don't you know how auctions work? You have to outbid the other person.
Yeah, I know.
$1,000, they wouldn't have caught up. You would have got it for the last bid that somebody else put. That was it. You would have got it.
And speaking
It's
of
your
DCU,
fault.
that Wonder Woman 95,
yes.
I need that in a DCU variant. Damn it.
I need it plain because DC 95 and 94 are Brian Bolin covers. One of my favorite artists whose run on Wonder Woman and Animal Man was phenomenal in terms of the covers.
So if anybody in the audience has that Wonder Woman 95 in a DCU, hit me up on Instagram.
I believe you get her origin in Shadow of the Bat Year 1 as well. So you get a lot of background about Ivy in there. So, I mean, kind of have to wait a while for some deeper background on Ivy, but that Year 1 Shadow of the Bat, number 3, is ripe for Ivy information if you're looking for early Ivy background information. Yeah, I know you have this one in DCU, Shadow of the Bat, don't you? The first one.
I have both of them.
Yeah.
In DCU.
Yeah, she got a flat ass, man. She suffers from Nesotol, man. No.
Bounce a quarter off that son bitch.
I love that cover, but that face has to go.
It is a rough face, but then again, we have to remember this time frame. We're talking late 80s. You either got some really cool stuff or got some hurting stuff. The Batman Poison Ivy book, that's rough looking. That's a rough looking face on Ivy for Ivy.
Hard times.
Yeah. That's an Ivy that stays at a motel, not a hotel.
That's hooking ain't easy.
Oh, jeez.
Like I said, again, throughout the 80s, 90s, you had some really cool. Going back and looking through these again, I forgot about a lot of these late 80s, early 90 covers. But there are some winners in there that are some fun covers if you're an Ivy fan.
Yeah, but that first Catwoman cover, boobies galore, man. Poison Ivy got boobs, and Catwoman got boobs. Then.
Yeah, Catwoman's gonna hurt Ivy if she falls the wrong way.
Hey, you have a milk. You can make a smoothie. You got the milk. You got the greens.
What?
What the hell?
What?
I was going to comment on the placement of that that little subtitle on that middle one. It's kind of weird, covering up his genitalia.
Once you really started to get Harley with Ivy, the character really started to get used, I think, a lot more. These Dodson covers are good as well on the Harley Quinn series. She definitely started to be drawn more sexually and a lot more playful at times in her covers than in the past.
Is that a Dodson cover?
Those Harley Quinns 3 and 4, I believe, are both Dodson covers. Yeah. I love the Bizarro. I love Bizarro covers in general. Then of course you have Hush.
Jim Lee, that's a great cover.
Some people love this cover. Some people hate this cover. I don't know. I always liked it. It's a cool Poison Ivy. They've made figures of that Ivy figure, action figures and stuff like that. So there's definitely been some fun covers, and this is the era that really starts it out with really having some more fun Ivy and Harley covers as well. I enjoy the Batgirl cover as well. It's nice. You had a full run of this Batman Gotham Knights series was nice. It was a nice run of covers for her, where you basically had a very, very Ivy centric storyline, great Ivy covers across the board, and the one with her reflection in the hypodermic is just kind of a cool cover as well.
Very cool.
Great series, Gotham City Sirens. You have some great covers out of that in general.
That damn freaking Harley Quinn got a booty, man.
Nice and tweet. But yeah, the Siren series was a lot of fun, and you did get some winners in that series in general. Where you had Ivy kind of coming in and being pulled in, and then kind of going her separate way. She was also brought into Birds of Prey. This is where I believe she betrays them. I forget who brings her in, I think Black Canary brings her into Birds of Prey, and then she ends up basically betraying the group because she's Ivy.
Who's Ivy?
She has
her powers. This is one of the Detective Comics there, that 23.1. You don't get that Ivy suit very often. There was a very brief time where you had that, but I don't know. I just always loved that cover. I thought it was fun.
I like that cover, the middle cover.
Yeah, that's the one. It's the Detective Comics 23.1. Every now and then they do this stupid 0.1s, or I don't know why companies do that. It just makes things confusing. But yeah, it was just a fun cover in general. And once Amanda and Jimmy started doing Harley Quinn, that's when you also started to get a lot of fun Harley and Ivy covers as well. She did have her kind of first series, that Poison Ivy Cycle of Life and Death. That I guess would have been really kind of one of her first self-titled series. Yeah, it was a mini series, but it was still a series. You got another, I believe that was Dodson cover there on number 1 as well. She did make some appearances in Batgirl and Trinity. You saw her the most, though, I believe, in Harley Quinn, and some of the best covers are out of that run. Also one of my favorite kind of just 3 sets of of Ivy covers is in this run of All-Star Batman. You got Tula Lote doing 2 of those covers, and you got Francavilla doing the middle cover. They're just really beautiful covers. And plus, it was a good Scott Snyder's. The team on that run of Scott Snyder, and you had Tula Lote and Francavilla.
That first one, she's naked.
Yeah, well,
with the nipples,
pretty much. Kind of. She's Ivy.
Yeah.
Someone rubbed calamine lotion on them, and they went away.
Exactly. Somebody cut the weeds.
She had some spores, irritation spores.
I thought Styx tripped over a cat.
I'm a big fan of that Damage number 4 cover as well in the middle. That's a nice cover, but it kind of harkens back to kind of the 90s covers when they were done well.
We know, Joe. It shows her feet. We know any cover that has feet on it, Joe's gonna like.
I'm down. Again, you had some good runs in Batman with her, with some really nice covers that came through. She had a nice little crossover with Swamp Thing, and
put that one on twice.
I actually like that. See, one thing about DC.
Oh yeah,
I have to admit one thing about DC. They crushed their villains with other books. Like before Marvel started crushing their villains, like the X-Men villains, they get books. I like that DC did a lot.
Who else Styx talking to?
No, he's talking to me because I repeated a book in there.
Oh. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That the DC characters interact with each other more than the Marvel characters interact with each other. Like Spider-Man villain stayed Spider-Man villain most of the time, here and there, just
the universe feels bigger in DC a lot of times.
Ooh, I like that cover.
This is when you had the short run series, the Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy. This is when we started to get a lot of store exclusives as well.
They're all badass covers.
Yeah, this is when Ivy became basic candy cover for the most part. The series now isn't necessarily the best, but their cover candy buys basically for the most part anymore.
This is when DC started trying to compete with Zenoscope for their hot chicks.
Yeah, you got that first one there is Josh Middleton, which is really, really great Ivy cover. The last one there on the far right is a Mark Brooks cover.
Yeah,
Mark Brooks. A Brooks fan. You hate Mark Brooks?
No, I said I am a Brooks fan.
Oh, Brooks fan. Okay.
Yeah.
I had to pile in some Jenny when I can, because truthfully, all the Frizen covers in Catwoman in this Catwoman run were great. You had fantastic Catwoman covers, but there were peppered in some winners for Ivy as well.
I might have that middle one. I don't think I have any of those. Maybe the middle one. Not sure.
Okay.
And a lot of these
going to eBay now.
A lot of these, I mean, they were just B covers. I mean, they're still very findable out there at very reasonable prices. And then you started to get the current running series that is out there. This series has some amazing covers. The A covers are normally done by Jessica Fong. The B covers, they tend to rotate who's doing them. The 1 in 25s, they tend to rotate a bit who's doing them as well. And then, of course, you end up finding store exclusives as well. But for the most part, coming out with the basics of the A cover, cardstock B cover, and the 1 in 25s, you can find a ton of great covers.
It's not too often that you see her drawn in like civilian clothes.
Yeah, I know. She's wearing pants.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's it was an interesting cover. Then there's been some unique covers through this run in general. You did get some more Jenny Frison, which I love. On the far right, you got some Sweeney Boo.
Is that one on the left? Is that Frison too? The one on the far left?
No. I'm trying to remember who the artist is that did
like
that.
Frison.
No, it's not. The middle's of course Frison, but not the one on the far left. You got Art Germ on the far left there. You have I love Middleton. People
Middleton.
were a bit torn on this cover, but I don't understand why.
I love that cover.
It's a beautiful, beautiful cover. Middleton rarely does things I like. Oh, I don't want this cover. It's very, very rare. On the left there, you got a beautiful Sosmika. I believe she's doing another Poison Ivy very soon as well. Coming out in the next few weeks, possibly. You got another great Frison. It's fun with the one with flowers and stuff like that, because sometimes Jenny's backgrounds and stuff like that are very sparse. You kind of just have that character there on kind of a solid color field. So when she does these and you kind of have some detail around the character itself, it's nice. Okay, there we go. This is my favorite lineup of artists because I got a Jenny Frison, a Tula Lote, and another Josh Middleton. So it's that's a winner for me. And of course, more Jenny because
Frison,
Middleton.
That's Middleton. Okay.
Yeah. And I believe this might be the last slide. Oh, there's a Sosmika. The last one there. The first one is one of those weird UV black light type covers as well for Poison Ivy. And the Pride one was cool too. It just had it really, really, the colors really popped on it. It was very nice. And that's your Ivy. Oh, we got one more here. So we got, there have been recently, the past 2 to 3 issues, there have been Nakayama covers. So if you're a Nakayama fan, it's there. This is Seb McKinnon. Did these kind of almost fantasy painting, very soft painting covers. He has like 2 of them.
Is that the one on the left?
Yeah, the one on the left. And I love the one on the right. That's an Otto Schmidt. Otto Schmidt did did that Black Canary recently on Birds of Prey that was really hot. But I don't know. I really like this Ivy. I like the style in general, but this was a pretty cool Ivy. And then, of course, you've had her. I didn't put any of. I didn't feel like grabbing Uma Thurman's face and throwing it in here, but she's been in live action. But she's made her way through the Batman animated series and the current Harley series as well on HBO. So you can find animated versions of Harley. There are tons and tons of action figures of her, from anything from the DC superhero girls to a version of the Hush cover of her to some fierce looking Jolly Green Giant 1960s looking Ivy to the Bruce Timm-esque Ivy. So you can kind of find whatever Ivy period that you like the most or character you like, definitely in an action figure.
Yes. Yeah.
Also, there was a surprisingly large amount of Poison Ivy pops that exist out there. So I believe that one on the bottom left glows in the dark. You had the Poison Ivy imposter dressed as Batman, which is fun. You have the Rainbow Pride one. There's also a 2-pack, I believe, with Harley and Poison Ivy as well that you can get. And in the middle are all the Lego variations of Poison Ivy.
Those are pretty hard, man.
Yeah, Legos are rough in general.
Yeah.
If you like a female character, like you're probably not buying the Legos. And of course, there's tons of sculptures out there. I just kind of grabbed 3 that I like.
Yeah.
Like
That middle one is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, Sideshow does what Sideshow does, which is that that one on the left. I'm sorry, the one in the middle, and possibly the one on the right. I'm trying to remember which companies did all of these because I had to crop a few because I wanted the statue to be larger.
The Japanese one's pretty nice. I like the Japanese one.
Yeah, the Japanese one was kind of cool. I was like, oh, that's
different,
neat.
you know. It's different.
But there's
I don't want to. A question in the chat. Either Joe or Bruceford, do you guys collect Middleton? Any of you?
I do, but you know what? The older Middleton stuff, like on that X-Men run, it was just drawn stuff. It wasn't the current kind of technique. Same with the when he started doing the Wonder Woman stuff, he started doing the more realistic. I don't think it doesn't look like. I mean, it could be oil.
I thought it was oil.
I'd have to look and see. I mean, it doesn't feel digital. But I never know anymore. Digital has gotten so good with the filters that, you can make it look digital, but you can filter out a lot of stuff as well to clean it up so that it doesn't look as digital. But I don't know. I definitely have to take a look and see. Because like I said, his style, he's one of the more interesting artists out there. Because like I said, when he started, this is a good Psylocke cover of his and stuff like that. It's basic drawn stuff, like drawn, not a ton of dimension on it, stuff like that. But then, the stuff he's doing now is hyper realistic and really amazing looking. But yeah, with the Poison Ivy stuff, one thing I loved about the Poison Ivy statues is the set pieces that they come with always tend to be extremely detailed, really nice. Because a lot of times the statues, the set piece, often suck. I'm standing on a rock, or something like that. It's not that horribly detailed. These are actually kind of nice and composed. With some I mean, in some of the cases, the set pieces have better detail than the actual figure itself. So
very fragile looking too.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't buy statues because I'm a grown ass man.
I buy statues. I buy statues. I like statues.
All right.
So there's your Poison Ivy.
Yay.
Thank you, Joe.
Well, for the lucky 31 people that stuck around to the end of the last segment, this ought to be fun. Fun.
Yeah, for the last segment, simple question. You can choose. You're stuck on a desert island. You can take 5 albums with you.
Was it a simple question?
I think it's a simple question
because two members of this panel can't follow directions.
Me. And I wanted, I'll tell you, because it's hard to get 5 albums. Because first of all, some people, Lucifer takes an album that he never heard of to put it on his thing. Are you? Yo, listen, I'm sorry.
Early bird gets.
You out of your mind?
I keep telling you
I'm not
that.
out of my mind. My mind is out of someplace, but it's there.
Styx thinks he deserves
an
honorable mention.
Hey, I just threw that in there just in case you were looking for an honorable mention.
Like I'm Styx. I get an honorable mention.
Who
do you think you are, Domtober?
It didn't make it to the board.
I'm only half the show. So. He's the whole
You see, first of all, Ice Earth. He never heard of Ice Earth.
Are you kidding me? You
I have all
kidding me?
the albums. I have all the
How
albums.
many times I died for you, Raven Wings? Are you
I
kidding
have,
me?
you never
Are you
heard
kidding
that,
me?
son.
Get
Until I put
here.
that on. I had this
Get
on
outta
a long
here.
time ago.
Fuck out of here.
You look at it.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Ice Earth
All right.
Dark Saga album. It's an album dedicated to Spawn.
Yeah, I had it
Obviously.
long before you did.
All right.
Anyway,
Give us your picks here, Bruce.
we got Ice Earth Dark Saga. We have Iron Maiden, Number of the Beast. We got Bush, 16 Stone. We got Destiny's Child Survivor. And we got Five Finger Death Punch, American Capitalist. These are the albums I'm taking with me on the island.
Why? You got to tell us why.
It's just Ice Earth is my if I'm working or driving, I'm going balls to the walls with that album.
Bullshit. I call bullshit. Like the little kid.
Outta here.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
Fuck out of here. Bush is because Bush was my favorite band post Kurt Cobain killing himself. You know, that album's just amazing. And then you got Destiny's Child Survivor. It just skyrocketed their career to the star that Beyonce is now. Independent Woman, Survivor, Bootylicious, let's go. And the Five Finger Death Punch, if you know Five Finger Death Punch, you know they were hardcore until they sold out. I'm not going to say when they sold out. And Iron Maiden is just Iron motherfucking Maiden.
Too much anger on that island.
5 is my favorite number, so that's one of my top bands right
All
there.
right.
So
Before we go to the next slide, we got a little viewer participation, which we love. Who keeps taking that down? We got Pink Floyd by Daniel, Obscured by Clouds, Dark Side of the Moon, Radiohead, Kid A, Prince. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, Radiohead, Kid A, Prince, Purple Rain, Nirvana, Nevermind. All right. Good.
That's cool.
Too much anger on that island.
I'm not sure where Joe went, so I will. Oh, Joe's here. He's just hiding his face.
Why do you bring up Nirvana if you told us to never mind?
Never mind.
Jeez.
All right. These are my picks.
Wait, I was going to guess. I said this has to be Joe.
Yeah, it's not hard. It's not hard to figure out. So my choices: the Clash's first album. Some people like London Calling better. Nobody likes Sandinistas. I like the Clash first album the best. I think it's a fantastic album that I can always listen to over and over. Second album, Devo. Are we not?
That's always a good question.
Devo is one of the most underrated bands of the 70s. Fantastic post-punk band. Their early stuff is amazing. All of the musicians are fantastic. 90% of the shows you probably watch are scored by Mark Mothersbaugh from Devo. He does more musical scores than most people understand in TV and movies now. So yeah, if you look up Mark Mothersbaugh and see all the stuff he's done,
he was in a live action show, wasn't he?
Who, Mark Mothersbaugh?
Yeah, I can't remember what show he was on.
I'm sure he showed up in something, but yeah, I mean, he's done everything from, I believe, the theme for Rugrats all the way through all kinds of crazy movies and TV shows. So he's and Devo is still together. They're a fantastic band. I love them. Third on my list. Yeah, I know Frank Zappa is an acquired taste for most people. Hot Rats is a very accessible yet amazing record. It's my favorite Zappa album. I ask that everyone should probably listen to it at least once in their life because it's a fantastic album. I mean, there's so much Zappa to choose from if you're a Zappa fan. If you don't like Zappa, then you won't like any Zappa probably. Zappa is definitely an acquired taste, but Hot Rats is one of the best albums ever put together.
We don't ask too many questions, Mama Bear, when these when these categories are thrown at us. We just got to go with it.
Because you never know.
I have my Walkman with me. My Walkman with me and all the tapes will be with me. There you go.
You never know how we might be able to power this. Fourth on my list, Bob Dylan, Blood on the Tracks. Great Dylan album. It's after he got in his accident and came back and put together one hell of an album. It's my perfect period of Dylan. Blood on Tracks is by far one of the best. I know people like Blonde on Blonde. I like Blood on the Tracks. And last on my list, Jack Rose and Black Pig Twig Pickers. Jack Rose, unfortunately, died far too young. He's an amazing acoustic guitarist. He was only 38 and he had a heart attack. And
Bill took the album to honor him. He took it on this island to honor his memory.
And the Black Twig Pickers are a great Appalachian. It's not necessarily bluegrass. It's more Appalachian folk music, but it's, if you like country and you like bluegrass, it's the fantastic album.
Music to drink your moonshine.
All right. Before we go to the next, we have some more viewer participation. We love it. Hector, we were told we could not use box sets, but that rule doesn't apply to you.
Yes, you're free.
Hector
You're free to take
says
box sets.
Beatles, The Who, 60s box set, 80s box set, Van Halen's greatest hits. Good call.
Does that include Van Hagar and Van Halen?
Hagar is the best Van Halen.
No.
Terry says, no doubt, Tragic Kingdom, Blood Parade, State of Trance, Leonard Skinner. I like some Skinner. Good and Gold, Gold and Platinum. The Distillers, Coil Fang and Guano Apes. Okay, I'm sorry. The Distillers, Coral Fang and Guano Apes. Don't give me names. Okay, cool. Appreciate that.
Let's call them the Distillers. I haven't heard the Distillers for a long time. It's a great band.
All right, who's next? You want me to do it? Oh, looks like I am next. All right, so these are mine in case you couldn't guess.
Yay.
So AC/DC, just kind of for nostalgia reasons, AC/DC is probably one of the first albums that me and my brother went in and bought together. We scraped our money together and we went and bought this. My brother's a huge AC/DC fan. I love AC/DC, not to his level, but I'm a huge AC/DC fan. Quiet Riot, Metal Health, probably my favorite album of all time. If you get rid of all the greatest hit stuff, Quiet Riot, Metal Health. So when I want to bang my head on this against the coconut tree, just so I can feel a little something, Quiet Riot and AC/DC. Rocky, when I want to get inspired, when I'm on this island and I have a bad attitude and I'm just depressed, I get to listen to some Rocky themes, some Rocky's so Sly's brothers on there singing. James Brown is telling me all about what I used to be like living in America. Freaking awesome. And then once my brain, I've been on there so long, I get tired of talking to myself. I'll just start singing. And what better to sing than all the songs from the Grease album? I'll just sing out loud and keep myself company with a little Grease Lightning and
Beauty School Dropout.
Yes, there's no graduation.
Beauty School Dropout.
Beauty School Dropout. I know them all by heart. And then lastly, another one of my favorite albums, what I think is Prince's best album, probably one of my favorite songs ever is Purple Rain. So I would take the Prince album on there. Another album I can almost pretty much sing by heart. But so those are my five.
Solid album.
Pink Cadillac on that one?
Huh?
Is Pink Cadillac on that one?
You mean Little Red Corvette?
Little Red Corvette. Yeah.
Big slick black Cadillac.
Battery full.
Slick black Cadillac, yeah. Is that what you're talking about? You said pink Cadillac. I think that's Aretha Franklin or somebody.
Yeah. Yes. Whichever one. Is that one on that one? I like that one.
Slick black Cadillac is on Metal Health, yeah.
Okay.
Slick black Cadillac.
Guess whose this is?
Crucifers.
Bruce doesn't know any of these people. No, I don't know. He probably
Yeah.
He probably does. So for my 5 albums, I picked Doctor Who soundtrack because I like listening to a lot of instrumental stuff, and of course I'm a huge Whovian, so I would pick this one.
They do that in a picture vinyl as well, by the way.
Yeah, I can.
Oh, you have picture vinyl?
Let me show you here. Hold on, let me grab it. I got it right here.
You know, and you wonder how we're gonna play these albums on a desert island. Just go back and watch Gilligan's Island. There was a bike. There was a string, a rope.
Couldn't fix a friggin' hole in the side boat 2 foot full, but to make a fucking radio.
So
Nice.
This one's the variant. This one's got William Hartnell on the opposite side that he should be.
Oh, nice. Swap.
So,
yeah, I mean, if Styx can get internet,
then I got that.
Then we can. I think we can play an album on Desert Island.
Of course, I'd have to hope there was a record player on this island. But anyway, next I picked Weird Al. Huge Weird Al fan. I picked his greatest hits because you can only have one. You might as well have his greatest hits.
When I think of Weird Al, I usually think of Styx.
Oh, good. I'm happy with that. So, for the third, I picked Queen's greatest hits. Now, this is a compilation of 1, 2, and 3 of the greatest hits for Queen, and they got a lot of great hits. So it's well worth.
You know, they took off Big Bottom Girls. They took that off the greatest hits album. You know that.
Oh, they did. It was a children's album. They took that off a children's album down. Get the story right next time. Just say
it's okay. They still make the rock and roll go around. It's okay.
Yeah. They took it off that Captain Kangaroo.
I read half a title and I know everything.
And of course, I picked Styx greatest hits. Okay, I can't go anywhere without my Styx.
I didn't know you were an artist like that. Yeah.
And for recent music, I really like Linkin Park, so I picked their
recent music.
Yeah.
That album's what, like 20 years old for recent music.
Recent. I was 115 when this album came out.
It's all
I really
blurred.
like the newfangled harpsichord that's out there.
Styx is the modern day
blurs into the next.
buttons.
I heard that viola is really impressive. So yeah, those are my 5 albums. King Biscuit Flower. I love King Biscuit Flower.
You said Styx used to date Martha Washington? What?
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
You're not supposed to tell any papers.
This faker.
Wait. Did Darth Lopez give you these pics?
Who gave me these pics? Who?
Lopez. Who's Lopez?
Hell no, man. Listen, first of all,
what do you know about Breaking Benjamin and Creed? Get out of here.
Breaking Benjamin Creed? I know everything about them, son. More than you could possibly imagine. Breaking Benjamin is one of my favorite rock bands, modern day rock bands.
Back in my day.
The last thing I had on my bingo card were people arguing over Creed.
Exactly. But I like Creed. Hey, Creed's back in the did you see the Paramount Plus commercial for the Super Bowl? Creed's back in the business.
Yeah.
Is he still getting pegged by hookers in hotel rooms?
Yo, I don't know, man. All I know is that's the only guy I know that definitely had more problems with bands than anything else, you know.
Well, yeah, you can't come back after being pegged by prostitutes and you're doing Christian rock music.
I know. Well, anyway, you know, so there's so many damn albums that I would love to have on a stranded
island. Pegged as a Peggy.
On a stranded island, you know, Breaking Benjamin. Like, I'm gonna go with it. Look, first of all, Tupac. You know, Tupac was one of the greatest artists. You know, for me, growing up back in the
Tupac's on an island himself.
You know what he is? When Elvis Presley, Kurt Cobain, and all those guys, and Biggie and everybody. You know, Tupac. You know, back in the day, growing up, I was a rock. I loved rock music, and you know, listening to Tupac changed my tune of music. You know, really, that there was other genres of music that I could possibly listen to that I could really enjoy. and Tupac definitely.
You know, we're trying to tell you that about movies. There's other movies
Yeah, I know,
besides
I know,
Star
I know.
Wars and Marvel.
Listen,
Just saying.
Well, the whole fact is I know. Hey, look, but music to me growing up was definitely a big thing for me because
Yeah.
I
You
definitely
see how passionate you are when somebody picks one of your albums. God
I know.
Almighty.
I saw what you did there, Mama Bear.
No, when it comes to music, I had a lot of a heart. Like growing up, a lot of times my mom and dad passed away in my 20s, you know, stuff like that. And a lot of the music really gave me a lot of inspiration, and it helped me through times. You know, listening to music and like I said, there's so many damn rock bands, so many albums that I could have chosen. I took these because these are that are in my head, that always in my head for some strange reason. Tupac, Breaking Benjamin. When I first started hearing them, I loved the metallic
I feel like I'm a counselor, and Dom's like, it's in my head for some reason.
It's in my head.
The voices.
I can't get out of my head.
Stop those voices.
You know, so
Voices.
Breaking Benjamin had some really good riffy music, and, you know, like power ballads, like really like songs that you really that captivate you. You know, Godsmack. You know, I fell in love with Godsmack. I Stand Alone. You know,
Yeah,
and I did.
I will say, I Stand Alone is a song that has lived on my workout track, my workout playlist for probably 15 years. That song is always on my workout track. It's a good song.
You know, yeah, you know, Godsmack had a lot of great.
I'll be
great
bringing that up
songs,
again later, Dub, because that's a good list.
You know, and you know what the crazy thing is, you know, talking about greatest hits. You know, sometimes greatest hits aren't the greatest hits because there's some songs that don't make the greatest hits that are actually better than the songs that are on the greatest hits that they normally don't play most of the time. And that's why most of the albums, when you get them, there's a lot of songs that are really good that don't make the greatest hits, which suck. So that's why you have to have all the albums. If you're going to have a collection, the greatest hits doesn't count. You need to have all the albums to get that music. So Godsmack definitely had a lot of great riffy tunes and inspirational music. Creed, you know, I always thought my own prison was I was in my own prison, you know, and in my mind, the way things were. I know you want to say something, Brucifer, but
oh, Mama Bear.
The voice is so sorry. That's true. But Creed had some good arms wide open. You know,
more of us down.
You know, I Stand Alone. Friggin', you know, My Sacrifice. I love those songs. And then you have Notorious B.I.G. You know, two of the greatest rap icons in the modern era, yesteryear, whatever. That their music still has a lot of inspiration towards you know, youth and people today. You know, there was just, you know, when it comes to rap music, the shit that comes out today can never compare to the stuff that was out then. And the two visionaries, Tupac and Biggie, nobody can shine their shoes because they were legends beyond their times, you know, and not many people, not many people you ask say they don't like them. They had great tunes and a lot of inspirational meanings to their songs. And just growing up listening to all this stuff, I would love to have this on the island, sit there, and the rest of my peaceful existence listen to this with my my freaking transistor radio made with a coconut.
Yeah. We got a few from some of the chat as well. Dubs has 9 Inch Nails, Pretty Hate Machine, Killer's Hot Fuzz, Daft Punk Discovery, The Cure Disintegration, and Tribe with Low End Theory. All very good albums. I could live on an island with those selection stuff. So enjoy.
But you know, Mama Bear, sometimes the Funkos do start talking to me, so that's I hear voices sometimes, so it happens.
It explains a lot.
We got another one. Raising Hell, Play the Blues for You by BB King. Saturday Night Fever soundtrack, and Dark Side of the Moon, and World Power by Slap.
Can I add Alanis Morissette, Jagged Little Pill?
No.
That's good one too.
Not on my island, you can't.
Yep.
Only if I can add only if I can add the Bee Gees and Saturday Night Fever soundtrack.
Watch party, Saturday Night Fever.
It's a hard task to try to whittle down to 5. It definitely wasn't easy. I know. I revised several times, and probably if I was asked to do the same list tomorrow, would probably come up with different selections on the list. But,
just don't let Don participate.
Yeah, it's participating in everything, man. Can't get rid of me that fast.
Oh, look, my 10 albums.
Yeah.
10 albums and a bonus. Let's go.
Yeah. The idea is
it's funny how Bruce likes all the same music I like and then some. He tries to play it off that he listened to it, man. Please. I know.
Yeah, okay.
It's all right. You probably listen to it when you
maybe next week we'll just have a Creed off and you guys can just go screen to screen and sing Creed at each other.
Speaking of Creed, if you want your feel of Creed, tune in to SNS every Saturday. You can hear Sam sing Creed. It's not bad, actually.
There's so much good stuff out there. Like I said, it is really hard to whittle it down to 5. I just tried to think of things that I know I still listen to on a regular basis and never tire from. I know there's plenty of other stuff as well that I enjoy, but it's difficult. It's hard to whittle down, which is why I only asked for 5, not 10 or 20. Because I'm sure we could have filled a page.
Give us your top 50 albums.
Yeah.
Next week,
for God's sakes, don't leave any out, or the chat will eat you alive.
Yeah.
You know that firsthand.
I still have scars from that shit. Holy cow.
Yeah,
that was almost a year ago.
It was a long time ago. Yeah.
Oh, with the I remember that.
That one. I can remember. I can't remember anything else. I remember the
that one. Yeah, that one was fun. I remember being in the chat for that episode many moons ago. Yeah. So I hope everyone enjoyed it. Yeah, we went for 3. Don't forget to subscribe to Renovision. Subscribe to Bruce on Kingdom of Nerds. Tomorrow you got SNS on Renovision. Sunday you have Tales from the Dark Side for all your Star Wars needs. Monday, Bruce's what are you calling the show now, Bruce? Are we still
Sunday?
Oh, that's right.
Sunday, between the covers with me, Joe's Dueling, and special guest Josh International Comics will be on Sunday to review comics and talk crap
at 7:00.
7:00 p.m.
There we go. So you can watch Bruce, and then you can follow it up and watch some Dark Side crew talk about some latest Star Wars news. Then Monday, Bruce again.
Yes, Monday Madness.
Nice, fun, entertainment and media focused show, which is always fun. Wednesday, watch Attack Guys on Renovision. They've been killing it lately with some great content. And then come back around on Friday. Watch the Hot 10, the CBSI Hot 10. Make sure you go read the CBSI Hot 10, and you can learn more about the books that you might have seen on the Hot 10 tonight, as well as the outside looking in list. So, if you want some more context on those books, feel free to hop over to CBSI and check out Pete's article. And then you're back to us. So I appreciate everyone coming by tonight. Thank you very much for hanging around. And boys, any last words?
Just enjoy the Super Bowl this weekend. Don't drink and drive. Be safe. And have a good time.
Yes, and just make sure Ronnie already reached out. Crimson Terror 85, please. Make sure to reach out to Jedi or myself on IG. And after the Super Bowl, we'll get you your stuff.
And,
thanks, everybody.
I just want to say, it's not the stream quality Dom actually behaves like that. Good night.
Yes. Take care, everybody.